Welcome to the Trading Sliders Podcast. Here we go, episode number 79 of the Trading Sliders Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? I'm Bobby Puckett. Here with me in studio is Curt the Flash Bennett. What's going on, Flash?
I don't know much, Bobby. Just, you ever start one of them projects where you're supposed to just, like, clean up the yard or something? Well, that turned into having to clean the garage up, so I get the stuff out of the yard and put it back in the garage. So my garage is turning into a storage unit.
Well, that just kind of happens, man.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that...
Spring cleaning thing.
Yeah. That's kind of like when somebody brings a car to my house.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got room for it. Like, where? Like, I just put it out in front of the garage.
Yeah.
The garage, I didn't say I had room in the garage. I just said I had room for it. So,
yeah.
But this week's guest, Stone Cold Tim Tungate, off his recent health scare.
Yeah.
Talked to Tim and his wife a couple times last week. Make sure they were all good and make sure they didn't need anything. And
yeah.
I was even going to wait to put this interview out, give him a few weeks to get ready. But Tim said, "Hell no, he's going to the racetrack." Man.
Yeah, I actually seen him at the track last night. He looked good.
Yeah, what's what he said? He said, "I'm going to the track, so go ahead and put it out. I'm good."
Yeah.
He said, "I'm better than I ever been. They got my oil change and got my plugs all changed. I'm good." So,
yeah.
But this week's guest, Tim Tungate. This is old racetrack segment. The all-time winningest late model driver in the Bluegrass Speedway history. 4-time track champion at the Bluegrass Speedway. 2-time track champion at the Barron County Speedway in Glasgow, Kentucky. Track champion at the Taylor County Raceway. The 2006 Battle of the Bluegrass dirt car late model champion. Just overall badass out of Campbellsville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Tim Tungate, this week's guest. It was a fun time we had down there. Little inside baseball. Most people know this, but when we record our shows, when we do this, we record stuff 2 and 3 weeks in advance. So we recorded this show on Tuesday, and then Tim had his health scare on Friday.
Yeah.
And then now he's already had surgery and back at the racetracks. A lot of times when these shows are recorded, we set on them for a while.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to get into the sponsors this week. We say this every week. Please take care of the people who take care of us. If you're in the Kentucky area and you need any diesel truck work done, reach out to Braden Hooker and Diesel Boys LLC. Our Deep Dives is being brought to you by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. If you need any type of clutch for any type of automotive application, reach out to Chris and the guys at Kentucky Clutch. Our Slider of the Week being brought to you by Walt and Speed Decals, our very first sponsor of the show.
Yeah.
If you need any type of vinyl work done, Walt can get you taken care of. He ships vinyl too. I've been meaning to tell people that.
Yeah.
You don't have to bring it to you. I mean, he will ship it. He'll print it off.
They can make you a wrap, send it to you.
Yeah, send it to you. So you can be anywhere in the country and use Walt at Speed Decals. Our Crash of the Week being brought to you by D.O. Handyman and Remodeling. If it's the weather, well, depends on what day it is.
Yeah.
The weather's nice, the weather's cold. The weather's nice, the weather's cold. But if you got anything to do that needs to be done around the house, reach out to David at D.O. Handyman and Remodeling. He'll get you taken care of. Fix decks, fix doors, fix window trim. I don't think he really wants to do too much like mulch or yard work.
Yeah, no.
Hell, you never know though. Just give him a call. Reach out to David at 812-989-5002. And our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. We say this: no event too big or too small. Reach out to JT. He does them all. We got him a slogan and everything.
Yeah.
Help the people that help you. So we're helping you, JT.
Yeah.
But yeah, reach out to Jeremy Thomas and he will get you taken care of. I know we got Thunder coming up, Derby, opening race season, but there's a,
Well, then you're gonna have graduations. There's all kinds of stuff coming up.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff coming up.
JT for you.
Yeah. So we'll reach out to Jeremy Thomas at JT Trackside Catering. And our question of the week being brought to you by Bandit Race Cars. If you need any Fox shocks especially, but Brian will work on any type of race car, late model, street stock, super stock, modified, it doesn't matter. But if you're in the business looking for some Fox shocks, he is a Fox shocks dealer, builder, in-house, can do any number, any valving, any piston, anything you need.
Yeah.
Reach out to Brian Barber and Bandit Race Cars.
Yeah, I seen a cool post today on Brian. Somebody posted that, Brian had been helping them work on their car in the shop down there. They brought it down there to work on it, talking about how inviting they was, and helpful for them. So it's pretty cool when you see the customers put good reviews out like that.
Yeah, well,
And I don't think nobody asked them to. They just did it,
Well, and the thing about Brian is, and I know this is a little bit off subject, but the thing about Brian is on the whole deal, like he'll help any type guy that's got any type race car. I'm a Bandit race car dealer. No, if you've got a Lightning, if you've got an Elite, and you want shock, or he'll help you out. He's old school. Yeah, he's old school.
Him and his dad both.
Yeah, they'll get you figured out.
Yeah.
And our new Pounding the Cushion segment. Last week, I know we had audio problems on one of the 3 phone calls. We're new to this. We're working on it. I think we may have got it figured out this week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll keep tuning on it.
Yeah.
But being brought to you by racingdirt.com. If you're into streaming, if you really want to pay attention to what's going on in the Midwest and Upper Midwest, reach out to racingdirt.com. Trent and Barry and them. They provide a great service, and they will get you taken care of. All right, Flash. Got through the opener. I didn't forget nobody or nothing. I didn't think.
No.
News of the week. Sprint cars were live on FS1 this week.
Yeah.
So we're on live TV again. We're going to talk about that. The World of Outlaw late models head south to East Alabama and Sonoya Raceway. Sonoya kind of had a power outage.
Yeah.
And the electric company.
I seen that. Yeah, I seen a post about it. I didn't get to watch it, but.
Yeah, the electric company had to come and actually put transformers in.
Man.
So they was on a delay, but that's how racing in the South is.
Yeah.
Like, well, we ain't letting this track get shut down tonight. We got you.
We've seen that happen before down south.
Yeah. So we'll get into that. A racer opens up with a podium finish. He started the season with a broken foot, so we'll talk about that. Plaza Park Raceway. I don't know if you caught this last week, Flash.
Yeah,
but
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, Plaza Park Raceway.
Well, I went back and watched it, but
okay.
Yeah.
It's the West Coast has got it. Not like they didn't have enough.
Yeah.
Plaza Park has another, or Park Plaza Park.
Yeah.
I don't even know the damn name of the track.
Yeah.
I think it's Plaza Park.
Yeah, I think
so. But they have a hidden gem. And that's the cat is gonna make her appearance on this week's show.
Yeah.
She wants to be known. Our past guest segment, we've got some good and bad and ugly and funny. But our past guests have a big weekend, and we had
2 of them battling it the other night.
Yeah, two of them going for the win.
Yeah, that's cool.
And we we had weekend race trips. But we got breaking news, though, Flash.
Yeah.
This is breaking news, okay?
Yeah, some people are going to like this.
For people that's listened for 80 consecutive weeks now, throwing in our Coach Scotty Davenport interview. So for people that's listened for 80 consecutive weeks, they've known our ongoing battle with a certain podcast platform.
Yeah.
But did you know, Flash, that apparently if you have certain amount of downloads, said podcast app that blocked you will invite you to join their
podcast.
their podcast platform.
Yeah.
So guys, everybody that's listening along the way, yes, we are on Apple Podcasts now. It is a long story short, but apparently we're getting enough downloads that Rachel
Yeah. She wants us to be on the podcast podcast platform now.
Yeah, Rachel wants us on our platform now. So I didn't talk to Rachel this time.
Yeah.
It was done via email.
Yeah.
Since they emailed us, I thought we had an upper hand in a negotiation bargain.
Right.
But not really. They just said you've got X amount of downloads via Spotify. Please grow your podcast and use us. I'm like, hold on, bro. We've been doing this for a year and a half without you because Rachel was a smart ass.
Yeah.
And I told her to go get screwed. But yes, we are on Apple Podcasts now. And we might as well take this time because we always forget. Everybody, please like and subscribe. However you listen to it. Spotify, YouTube. And here's one thing. We've got plenty of listens. Now I'm not saying we don't need any more. We're always wanting more, but we have plenty of listens. But if you subscribe, if you like listening on Spotify, great. Go subscribe to YouTube. If you like listening on YouTube, great. Yeah. Go subscribe to Spotify.
Yeah.
Just listen to it however you want. We're not telling you which way. But yeah, go ahead and help us out. So,
yeah.
That's our public service announcement. As Justin Fielder would say, this is the moment that you hit like.
Yeah.
But we're going to get started off with sprint cars on FS1. So High Limit was live on TV again. I haven't seen anything for the numbers yet. I know the last two times they were live on national TV, they did like big broadcast numbers, like bigger than the truck race on FS1.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know what the numbers are. I know they had a good showing. We didn't have no injuries. We didn't have no major crashes. It was a better performance as far as just watching the event. It was a better performance.
Yeah, because you don't want to see all that downtime when you're trying to do a live show like that if you can keep from it. Yeah.
Well, that and. For people that don't understand the sport, yes, that's part of it. But we don't need to broadcast that first lap.
We want to get them watching the racing, and then they come to the racetrack.
Yeah, we want them to understand why it goes like that. So, but it was a good show. Aaron Reitzel took the win, went 4th to 1. Logan Seavey flashed, started 6, got up to 2nd, was making a run for the lead. And then he just got a little greedy, as old Jerry Vancic would say, slipped the grip on 2 to go and ended up running 5th. But he was going for the win. He was competing. So right out of the gate, man.
Well, he ain't really running for points right now. So
yeah, and
I'll just have to send it.
Yeah, well, I think Logan Seavey just sends it anyway. Yeah. I don't think he really cares. I think he's the type of guy. If you win every race, you're going to win the points.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Seavey, non-wing guy, doing all of us non-wing guys proud. So
Reitzel's been on fire though.
Yeah, Reitzel, he's
yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing too about this. Blake Anderson was on the call with Chase Rodman, and I know a lot of people shit on Chase.
Yeah,
I like Chase. I watch his Rodman rundown. I think he's great for sprint car racing. And I seen where people were going, oh, thank God, Blake. I love Blake Anderson. I think Blake Anderson is one of the best announcers that, especially because now he's a racetrack general manager. He doesn't even announce that much.
Yeah.
But Blake Anderson is awesome. But what it does do, it gives Chase somebody to bounce something off of from the national TV events. So, I like them bringing Blake in.
Yeah.
But I seen people with shit and was like, well, they brought Blake in because, Chase couldn't do his job. Chase does just fine.
No, I think it's good when they have 2 announcers a lot of times.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
When I'm announcing, I think it's great. Yeah. I got somebody to bounce it off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a good show. And, it was one of those things that, I'm glad that it went the way it did. So what we're gonna do now, Flash, we're gonna hop off onto the Pound of the Cushion segment, and then we're gonna come back from the Pound of Cushion segment, and then we're gonna do the World of Outlaw stuff, and then our weekend race trips. So
that sounds good.
Yeah, we'll do it like that. Main reason because it's easier for me to edit it this way.
Yeah.
So that's how we're gonna do it.
Yep.
So up next, the Pound of the Cushion segment. It's time for Pounding the Cushion, and we're going to send it to Trenton Berry from RacingDirt.com. Trenton, you guys opened up the USMTS at the King of America, the Crown Jewel, and there at Lucas Oil Speedway. How did the weekend go?
Yeah, weekend was good. So when I talked to you last week, I told you we were so blessed with warm weather both days. Well, that wasn't the case this weekend. It was really cold Friday night, and it was still pretty cold Saturday night, but a heck of a field of cars and great racetrack like that. We had good tracks to run on every single night. It was good to get the USMTS season rolling. We don't typically start with this race. I mean, typically we've got a weekend or two in the books before we get to the King of America, just based on previous seasons. But it didn't work out this year. Our season opener in Kennedale, Texas, got rained out. It was terrible weather the weekend we were supposed to go there. So we didn't get to go there, so we were off a little bit longer, but got rolling. Had a couple of first-time winners, a couple of teammates, which was really interesting on the preliminary nights. So set this thing up, and they did preliminary features each of the first 2 nights, and it was a best night of the 2, points accumulation, whatnot for the main event Saturday. But Reese Solander and Gabe Hodges won the first 2, and those guys are actually teammates out of Emporia, Kansas, which is kind of like between Wichita and Kansas City.
So it was an all Kansas weekend then.
Man, dude, it was Sunflower State stand up. And Tanner Mullins was the one when the big money was on the line. He lost this race a year ago to Kay Dillard. He led about the first 40 laps or so. It's a 60-lap main event, and Tanner's tires went away. And he talked with me in Victory Lane about how that was about all he was thinking about all week was, not to push too hard too early. And Tyler Stevens, which the late model world knows pretty well, was there racing a modified. He's actually building cars now, phase 2 race cars, a new endeavor for him. He led the early part and had a couple yellows here and there. Tanner Mullins was riding around 4th for a while, 3rd for a while, and he jumped to the lead and never looked back. It was his $15,000 payday for him.
Yeah, that's a pretty good payday there, and I think Mullins started at 9th or 10th also in that race, so he had to earn that one. I mean, any USMTS race you have to earn, but he had to pass some good cars to get there.
Yeah, shoot, we had over 60 cars there this weekend, and it was wild. So he started out on practice night, and he didn't really like the response of his engine, so he swapped. He had one other one in the trailer. He ran it on Thursday night, had a little bit of trouble, DNF'd Thursday. One of his sponsors, a guy by the name of Mark Dotson, he owns Tri Rivers Logging, loaned him a motor for Saturday night, and maybe he ran. I don't remember. I don't want to speak out of turn. Maybe he ran it Friday and Saturday. Maybe he just ran it Saturday. I don't know 100% on that. But the engine he won with was one that he borrowed from one of his sponsors, and just a guy that helps a lot of people in racing and whatnot. And, it was cool to see him. I mean, he had that car on rails. He builds his own race cars. And
the good thing about Tanner is he's a guy that puts his money where his mouth is. He builds the cars and then he then drives them. So that that's even great success.
Yeah, and so a lot of times too. So Tanner's dad's a pretty good engine man, and they racing as much as he does, they cycle through engines in and out all the time, as a lot of these professional teams do that run that USMTS. It's really no different, but sometimes he's got a couple guys that he works with that provide stuff, build engines, and sometimes they're running stuff that they build on their own and whatnot too. So he really can do just about anything they need to do on a race car, which you don't see in a lot of people. Tanner's early 30s, and that's not really like necessarily so much of a common trait anymore.
No, that's a lost art in
the
business.
That modern racer. So I tell you all that to get to my point here. That's taking me way too long. He's kind of a throwback old school racer. And, he started off this year just how he finished last year.
So I'm a big fan of Tanner. Tanner Mullins. I remember I first started paying attention to him. I guess it seems like 10 years ago now. At the Wild West Shootout, and I was like, he builds his own cars. He builds his own. And that time he had his own engine in. He builds his own engines, and he's out here, beating guys like Rodney Sanders and Kay Dillard. I'm like, oh, pay attention to this guy.
No question about it. And he won 21 features a year ago, and the level that he races at, there's not really anybody wins that quantity of races. I mean, that's pretty unheard of. A lot of your guys, we can mark a good season. These guys that race this USMTS and run some of our regional stuff with us on off weekends. A really good year for a lot of these guys is, shoot, man, 5 wins, 5, 6, 7 wins is like a great season. And for him to rattle off 21 last year was just incredible. And he won some big ones too. And this was one that he didn't have. So this King of America has been around 15 years. This was the 15th running of the event. And Ryan Gustin's the only guy that's ever won it twice. And Tanner will have a shot next year to be the second guy to ever do that. But man, that winners list is a who's who, and I know he was excited to get his name added to it.
So what do you guys got coming up this week on Racing Dirt? So we going regional, we going USMTS, multiple events. I know you're busy, and the season's just getting started. So what we got coming up?
Yeah. So we got a few different things. I don't know exactly. It's a little bit to be determined on weather. So we got that Kevco Racing Northern Lights Mod Series presented by Real Wheels. We're supposed to get it started, but our first race, they just whacked it this morning, just right before we got on the phone. It was going to be in Fairmont, Minnesota. at Zach Gerhardt's racetrack. And man, it's just that part of the country still. We were doing trade shows up there with them even as far as 2 weeks ago. We were at one, and they're very much still kind of in winter. And they have these frostbuster races, and sometimes they get in, sometimes they don't. You try to start the season with them if you can. So we were supposed to go there Friday night, and Zach's not going to be able to be ready to roll there, and the weather doesn't look good. And it's just one of those, you don't wait till the last minute on it, especially in that pocket of the country this time of year. So we're not going to go there. We've got Hamilton County scheduled for Saturday, which is one of the 2 tracks that Todd Staley runs, in addition to his USMTS and USRA. But we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen with that one. He needed to get back home. Of course, he's been here this whole week, and they're going to be back home today, and he's going to be able to take a look at his racetrack and see what he thought. My suspicion is that we probably don't get to open the Northern Lights this week. I know we're not going to open it at 100% of what we wanted to get done regardless. So I just got to kind of wait and see. We don't really have anything around close to us and south here for a little bit. So we might just be chilling at the house this
Well,
week.
that's not always a bad thing.
I don't quite have an answer on you. Avato Speedway's running all the time. We're off and running with them again. Of course, they had a huge high limit race that Flo put on and FS1 this week. So I hope the country got to really see what a show place that Royals got there. But we handle the weekly stuff with them. So I don't know. Going to be just a little bit of a slower week here, just due to the nature of the weather.
That's the world we live in, but we appreciate you coming on, and we will catch back up with you. If you don't have nothing next week, we'll get with you in a couple weeks. But we appreciate you coming on and doing this for us, and trying to keep people in our part of the country, in our region, and all the way on the West Coast. So we get a bunch of sprint car fans, so we're trying to mesh it all together. But we appreciate you, Trenton Berry at racingdirt.com.
Wonderful, man. I can't wait to watch the NASCAR race today. I feel like it's been really good so far this year too. Man, I'm kind of like you. I like all this stuff that burns fuel and turns left. So glad to be on with you and look forward to doing it again down the road here.
All right, thank you. Up next on Pounding the Cushion, we have the voice of the Southern Nationals, the Spring Nationals, the voice of everything in the South. Walter Tapp, how you doing, sir?
Doing great.
No, I mean, first off, you do the 602 Red Clay Series. How do you make all your scheduling work?
Almost like a magician, really. So far, I'm going to knock on some wood right here. We have been blessed to not have really any rain out where we've had to put stuff on top of each other. Last year was kind of a conundrum because I became a part of the Red Clay Series, merging what used to be the GM Performance Series in with Red Clay. So I had some dates that were already on the books, already scheduled with my deal. Of course, Ray had his schedule already laid out. So, and then, of course, I took over basically the announcing duties up top, the main announcing duties there for Southern All-Stars. So we had a few races where we had to kind of split up, take a staff here. Ray had to take a staff here, and we kind of just divided and conquered a good bit, last year when we needed to. This year we were able kind of to sit down through the winter, kind of schedule pretty much 90% of everything together to where we could take, all right, so this weekend's going to be supers, this weekend's going to be 602. A lot of people have asked, we didn't have a Red Clay Series race in the month of March. It was deliberate. We had 7 super late model races that were scheduled in the month of March. No, we didn't get them all in due to Mother Nature, but you'll have that in the springtime.
Yeah, that's just part of it, and I know, and Ray, Ray Cook, I actually do some work with Ray as well, on some of his stuff. So I that's another guy. I have no idea how he manages to do all he does. Because I know how busy I am on what I do, and I look at his schedule. I'm like, oh my goodness. So this week you guys are there with the Spring Nationals at Thunderhill Raceway in Tennessee, and give us a little quick rundown. How is the facility since it's been shut down for a while? How is the crowd? I know Mother Nature wanted you guys to wait a day before you got started.
Definitely Mother Nature, bothered us there on a Friday. We were unfortunate. This is the part that I don't really like, that I hate a rain out once you get everybody there. I'm not going to say I love a rain out, But I love a rain out before you get to the racetrack, like before you ever leave your house. Those are the good ones. At least you can find something else to do. You can make plans with your family, your wife, your kids. Do something else completely different if it rains out before you leave your house. Friday, we were not that lucky. We all made it to the racetrack. All the drivers were there at the racetrack. Some of them had even been there on Thursday for practice. We thought we were going to have a good opportunity, really, to get the show in. A little chillier than what we thought it was going to be. The wind kind of kicked up and was about 15 miles an hour most of the night. Was able to get hot laps in. The racetrack looked great. It was in perfect condition. The facility itself, I mean, it's a beautiful little place. You're going out there in the country. You're actually past like basically some Amish that are on the right side going into the racetrack, and they got horses and buggies, and you've got that going on. A couple of farms that's down there near the track as well. Totally different place than what it used to be. When you first come in the gate, huge spectator parking area. They've got a couple of food trucks that they'll have up top with vendors throughout the year as well. Great grandstands. They've actually, it looks like, added a new grandstand area over in turn number 3 and 4 since the track's been closed for the 2 years that they've been doing the renovations and work. It's unimaginable, really, if you look at aerial pictures, which I had to because this was my first trip to actually being on site at, what I call Summer Hill, that Thunder Hill Raceway. I call it Summer Hill because it's in Summertown, Tennessee. But anyways.
Yeah, that's yeah, you mess words up like I do. That's an announcer thing. I screw up all kinds of stuff.
Well, we are looking at about 4 or 5 hours worth of sleep.
Yeah.
Too. We made it home. There was definitely a few moments. There was a few deer on the way too that about scared me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just really the dirt that they have moved up there is just unthinkable, really, because the racetrack used to kind of slope back downhill real down off into where there's a field kind of back there, and they've kind of made that into their parking a little bit more, and just it's just crazy what he's done with that place and what he still wants to do. That's the good thing about it. He's got it to the point now, of course, where he can open and he can run events, but he plans, of course, to continue to work throughout the year and try to continue to improve on what he already has done up there. As far as racing wise, it's definitely a place that I would suggest if you're, a race fan, you need to go there. You need to buy a ticket and go watch a race because you've got a top groove, a middle groove. You can hug the bottom up against the tires. And it's definitely got the banking over in 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And I seen some great racing last night, especially in the super race was really good, especially once we got into lap traffic and Garrett Smith, who eventually went on to win the event. He had to work lap traffic pretty hard. Josh Putnam was able a couple of times to close in on him, pressure him, give him a run for his money.
Yeah, that's Putman. That's Josh's stomping grounds over there. That's where he cut his teeth over there.
Well, there, Duck River and all that. Josh is always strong up in that neck of the woods, definitely, Bobby. But Peyton Freeman had a great run, unfortunately, until about 6 laps to go, where he popped a right rear tire. But he was up there all night. Tucker Anderson, in the very early stages, was there as well, all the way till about lap 40, and then he kind of got passed by a couple of drivers. Jaden Frame, of course, that's his neck of the woods as well. He was strong, so like I said, really great racing there in the supers. I was very impressed at the end of the night. We had actually got everything. You know how this is working for a series. You get everything done, then you pack everything into the trailer, and then if you're lucky enough, you can stand there and watch a race or two and actually just take in a race. At the very end of the night, you, of course, had the factory stocks, and they put on a whale of a show. I was lucky enough, like I said, to stand there next to the fence and watch them. We were actually waiting to cut the banners down and finish packing up, and pretty much there wasn't nothing we could do but watch a race.
We'll watch a race, yeah.
We'll watch a race, yeah. Novel idea.
Yeah.
But
we're all fans nice anyway, so.
Oh yeah. I love. A lot of times I'll just take off if I have the opportunity. It's very rare anymore, just to go to a racetrack and just sit in the stands and just watch the race. I mean, that's how I grew up. I literally started going to the racetrack probably when I was like 6, 7 weeks old as a baby, and I've been going ever since. Mostly, Dad would take me, and then I had other family that was into racing at the time, so
Yeah,
it just kind of become the family tradition.
Well, that's just me. I had a rare off weekend this weekend, and I found my way getting home at 2 a.m. like I always do. So it just is what it is. That's just part of it.
I'd have gladly taken 2. I think when I pulled in the driveway this morning, it was 8:42 a.m.
Oh my goodness! So what you guys got coming up next? It sounds like Thunder Hill was a successful event. So what's on your schedule next, where we can find you and keep up with you?
Well, we've actually got one of the biggest weekends for the Schaefer's Spring National Tour coming up this coming weekend, Easter weekend. We'll actually kick things off at I-75 Raceway on a Thursday night. That's a $5,053 to win, and that will kick off a huge weekend because the next night on Friday, we're going to move to Whiff Raceway there in Virginia. That's a $10,053 to win for the Super Late Model drivers. That's night 2, and then night number 3 will cap off the weekend on Saturday with the Little Bill Corm Memorial, $21,000 to win up there at Tazewell. Altogether, it's a total payout for the weekend of $115,000 over a 3-night period for these Super Late Model drivers. So it's one of, like I said, our biggest weekends on the Spring National Tour.
Well, guys, get out, check them out. Stop by and see Walter. Yeah, he's kind of like me at the racetrack. He don't care. He'll talk to anybody, even if they don't make sense. But get out, check them out. Spring Nationals this weekend. 3 totally different racetracks. I-75, you'll pedal in the slick, and with Raceway, you got monster straightaways, and then they'll end the weekend at the Bad Fast Tazewell Speedway. Walter, thank you for coming on the Pound the Cushion, and we really appreciate it and look forward to catching up with you.
Thank you, Bobby.
All right, Flash. That was Trenton Berry from RacingDirt.com and Walter Tapp, the voice of all of, we're going to call him Ray Cook's right-hand man.
Yeah.
The voice of the Schaefer's Oil Southern Nationals, Schaefer's Oil Spring Nationals, 2 Red Clay Series, the Southern All-Stars, does a little bit with the Ultimate Southeast Late Models, and not only that, he runs a go-kart timing system where, I don't know, we'll just say that the races 100 nights a year with go-kart stuff. So
wow, keeps him busy.
Yeah, Walter Taffy.
He has to remember a lot of names like that too.
Oh yeah. I thought I had it bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Trenton Berry gave us a rundown there at King of the Americas, the USMTS stuff. Great insight there at the end with Trenton when he talked about how scheduling stuff works and scheduling races in the upper Midwest when it's apparently still cold.
Yeah.
And Walter Tapp, we thank him for coming on, giving us a great insight of one of Tennessee's baddest bull rings there. So hope the audio was a little bit better on this week's Pounding the Cushion segment.
Yeah, I think it will be.
But so we're getting there. It's not we haven't been doing this 5 or 6 years or nothing. So we're new to it still. Coming up on year 2. We're getting close to Flash. You realize we're 20 shows away from 100.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna do something big for 100.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is yet.
We'll do something.
I don't know, but I think the 100th is gonna be pretty solid.
Yeah.
So our good buddy John Dole is the one that brought it to my attention.
Oh yeah.
So he was looking ahead, and he said,
Yeah.
"Hey, you know when your 100 episodes are gonna be?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, you might want to start planning." So
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool.
Thanks for the heads up, John. All right, the World of Outlaw late models. Oh crap! I forgot to do the past guest segment too.
Oh yeah.
We'll do that real quick because the past guest is
it kind of goes along with.
It kind of goes on with the World of Outlaw stuff. What we're gonna get into.
Yeah.
So start off our past guest segment. Then we're still looking for a sponsor. Anybody out there, actually, I'm gonna talk to some of our past guests. I keep reading your name over and over and over.
Yeah.
Maybe Followay Auto Sales wants to sponsor the past guest segment.
Yeah.
But Cole Followay took the preliminary win Friday night down in Needmore for the Modified Mafia or the Mod Mafia Tour or the Modified Mafia Tour. I don't know what the name of that actually is.
That's $7,500 to win that one, wasn't it?
Though the preliminary was Friday, then Saturday night, $7,500 to win, and Cole Followay did Cole Followay things.
Yep. He doubled down.
Yeah, little double down action there from Owensboro, Kentucky's Cole Followay. Bobby Pierce, past guest, picked up the win at Sonoya Raceway Saturday. When we get into our World of Outlaw segment here. And Cameron LaRose took the win over Trey Osborne at Windy Hollow. And I'll give you the juicy details when we get into the weekend trip. But here's a past guest that we've really. He's kind of like our adopted son of the show.
Yeah.
Dylan Baldwin. First off, this is the DO Handyman Remodeling Crash of the Week.
Yeah.
So I've been giving Dylan a lot of shit. And one, speaking of giving shit, remind me when we get to Owensboro to remind me of the giving shit thing when we get to that.
Yeah.
So Dylan Baldwin, they go to the four wide salute flash. All right. He won his heat race. Yeah, they're doing an invert. He's starting fifth. So he's at Livonia and he's got this figured out. See, Dilly races in the Midwest.
Right.
The Midwest red clay stays tacky. Livonia's red clay is in South Georgia. Not so tacky.
Right, yeah. It's a little different down there.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different. So Dilly, they do the four wide salute. He breaks out of the four wide salute, gasses it up to scrub the tires, loops it.
Yeah.
Right there in front of the field. They miss him. But guess what? So he was already pushed off. He had to start 22nd. Go to the tail.
Man.
He said, I said, man, what happened? I seen on my race pass that you was starting fifth. How the hell did you fall back so far? He said, fall back hell. I passed 9 cars.
Yeah.
He said, I stepped on it in the four wide salute. I said, in the four wide salute? He said, well, not exactly. We just broke off the four wide salute.
Yeah.
In
all fairness, that's when I turned my late model over. Yeah. was turning hot laps right before the feature. We never even got the green flag, and I done flipped down the front stretch at Boswell.
Yeah, that's how I told him. I said, man, it happens.
We can give him crap over it.
Yeah, I told him
just for that reason.
Yeah, I said, man, it happens. It's one of those things that you just like, man, come on, Dilly. So that's this week's past guest. So. Moving to the World of Outlaw Late Models. Did you see the World of Outlaw Late Model Friday night at East Alabama?
I think I did. Yeah.
Okay.
That's one Hoffman one,
yes.
right? Yes.
So Nick Hoffman, 31 cars signed in. Dalton Wilson led 38 of the 40 laps.
Yeah.
And Nick Hoffman just did Nick Hoffman things.
Yeah.
He after the race, Hoffman said, I kept showing him my nose, hoping that he would screw up. And he screwed up.
He just jumped the cushion just a little bit, and that was a pretty good sized cushion.
Yeah.
So it kind of bogged the car down really bad when he did that.
Yeah, and it was all she wrote. Nick Hoffman won, and Hoffman took the points lead, but then relinquished it the next night.
Yeah.
So Saturday night at Sonoya Raceway, they had 41 cars. Bobby Pierce took the win. Started fourth, won the race. Ashton Winger was second. Nick Hoffman was third. But that was not the story of the night. They had power outages flash. Transformer blew. All the lights went dark. I was looking on social media while I was at the racetrack, and they said, the electric company is on the way to replace the transformer. Yeah. I said, we've been to a bunch of racetracks, and I've never known the electric company. Well, I know I take that back.
Yeah, they did.
They did in Alabama, South Alabama, or North Alabama. They came and put a pole in, but it was an all-day adventure.
Right.
Like these cats, right after qualifying, the power went out. No, they got qualifying done. These cats come in, put in 2 new transformers, and got the power up in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And they was racing again. It still got out of the track earlier than I did that night. But it was funny because we were talking about maybe going to Sonoya, and Tanya showed me that. She said, I would have been heated if we drove 7 hours and they lost power. I said, it happened. I said, but you've been able to eat plenty of those boiled peanuts. Yeah. So they got to take it out. On Friday night, did you see the World of Outlaw sprint cars at US 36 Raceway in Missouri?
Yeah.
Okay.
30. Was it 66 or
36?
66 is in Texas.
Yeah, where Flo was.
Yeah.
US 36 Raceway in Missouri. That's on the list of we need to check it out.
Oh yeah.
Badass quarter mile, high bank, black dirt.
Yeah.
Like I guess they went over to
Riverside and got
Fairbury or Riverside. Say I need some of y'all's dirt. I mean, this place was badass. It was just absolute awesome. Carson Macedo and Cole Macedo started on the front row. Macedo brothers for 10 laps traded sliders on each other like they were playing video games.
Yeah, I didn't get to see this one.
Okay, they were playing. I mean, it was absolutely crazy, just going at it. And then Buddy Kofoid started clicking off the top. And Buddy Kofoid, to be racing for a championship, he races every lap like he's like Rich Vogler.
Yeah.
Like,
He wants to win everything.
I want to win everything. Kofoid was going for it, and hell of a race, man. Gravel ended up running third. But the first 10 laps, man, it was just something that was just like, oh my God, those dudes were just going out of like, man, y'all do know I guess there's me and my brother was racing, we'd be the same way, but still, I mean, you figure one of them would cut each other a break. I mean, they were sliding across their noses, but the racetrack though, it's badass.
So who won that one though?
Carson Macedo.
Did he?
Yeah, he took the win over Buddy Kofoid and David Gravel. Cole Macedo got his nose wing knocked down in the middle of the slide fest.
Yeah.
Ended up running about seventh. Park Plaza Raceway Flash, the Keith Coons Give Back Challenge. Friday night, Jade Avedicia and Aiden Perdue. Absolutely. We're going to have 2 slider of the weeks this week.
Yeah. Because
Jade has got to get the slider of the week because she threw a slider and a half. She come down the backstretch and did you see when she jumped the wheel and came down?
I don't think I seen that. No,
so they were catching lap cars and she was in third at the time. She jumped the wheel of a lap car in the middle of the backstretch, front end both straight up in the air. And as soon as the front end hit, she dove it in the bottom and slid for second all the way to the wall. I mean, just absolutely crazy. But Jade Avedicia took the win over Aiden Perdue. Plaza Park, I'm going to try to do the West Coast swing. I'm going to have to see somehow. I know they're on the West Coast swing for the USAC midgets.
Right.
I'm hoping it's one of the dates that I can make.
Yeah.
That place is badass. And I'm just going to go out and say it. Man, micro sprints on an 8th mile track, I don't think there's better racing. I really don't.
No.
I mean, you have Millbridge.
Yeah.
I mean, then you got Park Plaza, and then as Devin Gilpin said, that's what we need to do with
Indiana.
Thunder Valley.
Thunder Valley would be good, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So it was a good. It was really good. So, get into our weekend race trips. Flash, you went to Brownstown.
Yeah.
28 Super Late models. Tell us about Brownstown.
Yeah, they had 28 Super Late models. I got there right when they opened because I fished a tournament that morning in Nolan Lake, so it's about 100 and something miles to race from there to Brownstown to get there in time. But I got there right when they was running the first heat race. Man, the heat races were pretty good. I didn't get there to watch qualifying, but they said qualifying, like the first 15 cars out never lifted. So it was a pretty badass racetrack, you know. And then the heat races were really good. I didn't get to watch I did go watch part of the Concy. I got there late because I was helping my nephew Brad work on his car a little bit because they decided to change it up how they was going to run it. Usually the pure stocks run last. Well, I think due to the sun, they let the pure stocks run first. Man, because they was running through super fast because they knew it was going to be cold, and had a bunch of fans in the stands. I think they just wanted to get everybody out of there, you know. Plus, it was on flow, so
yeah. If it's
but
on
that was good to see it on flow and then see that many people still in the stands, even when it was cold like it was. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they did a phenomenal job. I mean, the track was good. It got a little dusty, but I mean, it's the first race of the year. So I think with all the rain they had earlier in the week and then over the winter that they didn't want to get it too choppy, you know.
Yeah, well, that's understandable too.
Yeah.
I mean,
because you could still kind of see the lines in it where, like, over the winter, the
water lines.
The water lines,
yeah.
you could, after they ran out for a little while, you could actually see those. So you could tell they didn't really cut it up too much. And I think that was on purpose so it wouldn't get, too bad. Well, because the track stayed smooth all night. It was good. They could race top, bottom, middle. Had a slider fest in the feature with Shepard and Devin Moran.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. There was probably 5 laps that they traded slider in every corner. It was good. So...
I see Moran started 4th and took the win.
Yeah.
RTJ 2nd and Max Blair 3rd. And hat tip to Josh Rice and this week's guest, Stone Cold Tim Tungate at the racetrack, cheering him on, acting like he didn't have no surgeries, no stents put in. 17th to 4th, Josh Rice doing Josh Rice things.
Yeah, he was rolling too. He just got there. By the time he got up there, it done kind of got on the bottom, and there wasn't nobody was running up top then, so he had to kind of just settle for where he was at. Last 10 laps of the race kind of got like that, but the first 40 was good. I mean, it was really good. Other than, Devin got out front, but Devin got out front, and Max Blair was probably a straightaway behind him. Max run him down and actually got up under him, showed his nose underneath, and then Devin got back up on the wheel, and they caught traffic, and Devin got through 2 cars right there real quick that Max didn't get through.
Yeah.
And then And then Max kind of got hung up on those cars, and then the 20 car, PJ, caught back up with him and it got him, I think 2 laps to go. He got back under him, passed him. But it was a really good race, though.
Yeah. So overall, good trip up there?
It was a good race, yeah. My nephew ran 3rd in the pure stocks, which was good for first night out. So
can't ask for no more.
No, he did pretty good.
Yeah,
so
can't ask for no more.
He's got a little bit of work to do, but I think he's gonna be a contender this year for sure.
Yeah. Well, good deal. Good job, B-Rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. About time you do something flash that. Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
well, I finished 3rd in the tournament that day, and I was teasing him afterwards. I said, "You just couldn't let me beat you today, could you?
Yeah.
You had to at least finish 3rd." So.
Yeah, that's funny.
So he did.
And then Saturday, I went to Windy Hollow Speedway for the Midwest Thunder 410 sprint cars. First off, Windy Hollow Speedway, they have done a remarkable job with the facility.
Yeah.
The pits are really nice now. Like where the staging lane was, all that's flat. All the trees are gone. They got a wall all the way up around the racetrack, except for where you come on off turn 2. They come on and go off the same place. No more retaining pond. No more pond.
Oh yeah.
And the cars are running around the top of the racetrack. But there's a little bit of a problem though. And you know, it's their dirt. They can't do nothing about the dirt that they have.
Right.
The dust was pretty bad. But fortunately, the wind was blowing, and the dust blew across the racetrack. Because if the dust was blowing back on us, I probably would have just come on home. Yeah. it was that dusty. But but overall, the racetrack was good. We gave away a Trading Sliders prize pack there. So some kids answered trivia and got some shirts, so that was pretty fun. We did our giveaway, right?
Yeah.
And this is why people think stuff is rigged all the time.
Yeah.
So we did our giveaway, and guess who wins the trivia question, wins the shirt, and wins the sticker package? The boy sitting next to me. Jaden, the kid Jaden sitting next to me, wins the whole deal. So we've got 2,500 people at the racetrack.
Yeah.
We're giving away the sticker package and Trading Slider shirt, our swag, giving it away. And the kid that looks like he came to the track with me because the bleachers are so full, sitting next to me, wins the race or wins the wins the contest. But yeah, it was a fun time there. And we met I met this guy in front of me, Flash, that kind of reminded me of us when we was a kid. All right, so there was this guy and his girl. First off, I'm not going to say they weren't the brightest because I don't know them like that. But his girlfriend come to the racetrack yesterday with some flip-flops and a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
It was chilly.
They didn't have Flash's weather app.
Yeah, it was or I think they had my dad's weather app.
Yeah.
Because my dad the whole time there was saying, oh, it's going to be in the 60s. It's going to be nice, which it was for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, when you first got there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the guy from me, Ben, he was super cool. Ben Gilmore, he races at Cedar Ridge.
Yeah.
But he's holding his baby, and they got the blanket, they got the baby warmed up,
Sometimes you can tell by the track name also.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
Windy
Hollow.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's holding the baby, and he turned around, looked at me, he goes, man, I don't know if it's a good idea. I shouldn't have brought the baby tonight. She's 3 months old.
Yeah.
So he goes, we're gonna see, and she's liking it and stuff, and he's holding her and rocking her. He goes, I said, hey man, you got a car seat? So yeah, I said, well, go get the car seat, and you can put her in there and put her in between the bleachers, and she'll go right to sleep. Voila! He did. And he's like, I don't know why I didn't think of that. So I was teasing with him though. He was really funny. I said, hey, man, how old's your daughter? He said, 3 months old. I said, I know what you was doing exactly a year tonight.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a fun time there, though, at Windy Hollow.
Yeah.
They only had 16 sprint cars, which I was kind of hoping. I knew it was going to be tough. I figured it'd be 20. I figured 20 was the number.
Right.
Because there's no sprint cars in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And that with the weather and as cold as it was, that's a long haul for the guys in central Indiana.
Yeah.
To get down there.
Owensboro, so.
Yeah, but overall the race was good. The first 10 laps was you couldn't really see a whole lot in 3 and 4. I don't know how the drivers were doing it. But see, they took his grader box, Flash, and they graded the choppiness and the rough stuff off. But they didn't water it after that.
Yeah.
And like when the the street stocks and the narrow tires cars ran on that. They just kind of flipped it up. But when the sprint cars, they take a lot of moisture. They
kicked it up.
Yeah. So, but overall though, I mean, it was a great race. Slider of the week comes to us because Trey Osborne took the lead. Osborne started fourth. Took the lead on lap 3.
Yeah, I think it was
3 or 4, and then
Cameron got around him.
Yeah, Cameron LaRose got around Osborne.
He got way out there for a little while.
Yeah, Cameron broke out, and then Osborne just stayed to the bottom, run him in. And Jaden Rogers probably had the fastest car, but the caution came out at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Rogers got a broken foot, like Justin Grant. He broke his foot playing basketball, so he's in a boot. So Rogers was he didn't need no restarts.
Yeah.
He didn't need no brake torque pull off. He just needed to be on the gas. But Osborne got back around Cameron LaRose there, and Osborne last 6-7 laps he had 9-10 car length advantage over LaRose. And coming to the white flag, coming off 1 and 2, Cameron just was married to the top. He just beat, and there was a cushion.
Yeah,
there was a cushion all the way around the racetrack. It took a while for the dust to blow off to get back to it, but there was a cushion. But Cameron coming to the white flag, like the lap before the white flag, coming off turn 2, Cameron made up 7 or 8 car lengths.
Yeah. And
I told the guy sitting next to me, I said, uh-oh. I said, Trey's in trouble. And he's like, oh, no, he's fine. Going in 3 and 4, he picked up another 2 on him. And when they come down the front stretch, they got the white flag. They went in 1 and 2. 2 things happened. Trey screwed up on entry.
Yeah. And
Cameron full sent it on the top. And as they came off 2 down the back circle, it's still got the D in it.
Yeah,
it's still got the D in it. It's not about the pictures don't do it justice. It's still got a D in it. But as they came off, Cameron just kept the momentum and just buried the cushion in 3 or 4, and got by Trey, beat him by a bumper at the line.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
So
I watched it last night. I think it was the
Midwest Thunders.
Yeah, Midwest Thunder. They actually put it on our Facebook.
They do
the whole feature, so that's cool.
They put their feature all the way up every time after the races.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So everybody can check it out. But yeah, the slider of the week went to Cameron LaRose. I can't never say his name. But out of Phoenix, Arizona, got past our boy Tall there. But it was a good trip. Tanya and we took Tanya's little brother, and my dad went. First time he'd been to the racetrack since he broke his foot. So
and a race like that just shows you that sprint car racing is going to be good for a long time.
Yeah, there's a lot of young kids.
There's a lot of young kids that are good and put on a show. And I mean, those guys didn't rough each other up at all. I mean, they just raced. And
when I told you to remind me about giving you shit, so I ran into Gunnar Setzer and his dad.
Oh yeah.
So Gunnar was there racing. Him and his dad come down. He was driving the 16K car. The car's out of the Putmanville area. So they might do some local and regional racing with them while they're now on the national tour. But Gunnar says he gets shit every day, every time they go to the racetrack. At least one person, but most of the time it's 5 or 6 people come up to him and say, "Where's your damn favorite racetrack in Indiana?"
Yeah.
He said, so I got to come back on the show and redeem myself, man. He said, people give me shit every day.
Yeah.
I said, you know what the good thing is?
He just needs to tell them how.
Yeah. I said, you know what the good thing is, don't you? He said, what? I said, they had to listen. I said, because we didn't start with that. That was in the middle.
Yeah.
So they listened to the whole interview,
They listened to the whole interview almost, so that was good.
And he was like, well, how many did I get? I said, well, yeah, about 27,000. He goes, how many did Kyle get? I said, you're still chasing him just like you are on the track.
Yeah.
But yeah, good kid, man.
Yeah,
good family. But yeah, so that's went to Owensboro.
Yeah.
Flash, I will tell you one thing. The cheapest food concession prices I've ever seen at any racetrack. You can get a big plate of pulled pork nachos with barbecue pork or stuff on it for $7.
Man.
Yeah. It was.
I didn't even have time to go to the concession stand at Brownstown because they ran the show through so fast. They didn't take any
unnecessary
concession breaks at
yeah.
all. Yeah, they just wanted to get everybody out so quick, and
yeah.
with it being on TV too. So I guess that's why they did that. But I mean, I don't know if I'm a real big fan of it or not. Not when I'm at the racetrack.
Yeah, that's.
But because like I said, I was wanting to run around and talk to a bunch of people, and I didn't even have time to do that because. Well, like I said, they come over there, and we was talking about what we was going to do to Brad's car, and they come over and said, "You're all up right now."
Yeah.
Like, well, we still got tires to buff. And
yeah.
we got all kinds of stuff to do. So they was they was buffing tires while me and the other guy was getting everything ready to put them back on. You know, it was but we got everything done. It all worked out good. So
that's
and our buddy Greg Lynn there, he ran pretty good too.
Yeah, Greg.
He spun out about 4 or 5 times. And I told him, I said, man, you'd run really good if you didn't spin out so many times.
Yeah,
but
well, Greg
he had some problems with the.
Well, he's looking for some sponsors.
Yeah.
And I think Maytag has reached out to him. Because he goes into the spin cycle. Come on, Greg. What the hell, man?
Yeah. Man, his car looks good on the racetrack, though. That's one of the bodies you put on.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it looked good on the track.
And his brother Philip went from 19th to 2nd.
Yeah.
So
he was rolling.
So pretty good
him
night.
And Brad
there.
was racing each other the whole time.
Yeah, pretty good night there for the Lynn brothers and OB Rad.
Yeah.
A couple of the kids that we all raced.
They got beat by a kid.
Yeah,
Preston,
Preston Carr.
Preston Carr, man, whooped up on them last night.
Yeah, well, they got beat by a younger kid.
Yeah.
You know, they're midlife crisis right now.
Yeah.
They're midlife race crisis. Do we really want to do this or do we not?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so, Flash, this week's Bandit Race Car fan question of the week comes from Kelly out of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. How does fuel cost and the cost of racing in general, how's it going to affect this year's race season? But basically, what he's saying, what he's summarizing is with the cost of everything right now. I mean, diesel fuel's $9 a gallon.
Yeah.
Is car count going to be affected? And I think we've seen a little bit car count affected this weekend.
I think so too.
I'll let you start, then I'll go.
Yeah, I think on some of the touring stuff, I think you're going to see a few of them that not be there everywhere. That's not feasible for them just because of the fuel prices. Or that's going to be their excuse.
Well,
I mean, everything's expensive now, so the fuel price is just going to be on top of it. You know what I mean? But racers are going to race. They'll find a way. They'll eat cheese sandwiches rather than.
Well, the big thing about the whole situation is like right now, I was kind of wondering, like even speed weeks in general.
Yeah.
Like there was so much racing, but now I mean there's so many options. So if somebody's on a late model tour. And let's just be honest. Let's just say, somebody's in Central Kentucky and, they want to follow a tour. There's so many races in the Southeast and stuff. It makes sense. If you wanted to just drop off a tour, I mean, you could still race for good money and cut your travel expense down.
Well, I mean, if you're not one of the top 10 guys, you're going to go race for probably making almost the same money as you'd be making running the tour.
Yeah.
Other than maybe the travel money, or something like that. That's going to be the only...
And, I was kind of, I'm thinking this past weekend, where I was at, the car count was down just a little bit. But I think price of fuels was one.
Yeah.
That's
I'm like you, so many series.
And,
which I think some of the series are going to be really good this year, though. Some of the...
Yeah, the local regional
series,
the
regional series.
The regional stuff.
I think they're going to make a comeback this year.
Yeah. So, but I, what I have noticed though, is there's so much stuff to do right now. We don't need an economy issue to hurt racing because racing it's not in the greatest spot as it is. But also on the same token, I think the national tours are going to be fine. Yeah. But we say that, and just last week, Jake Tim dropped off the World of Outlaw tour. Yeah.
Well, we had 28 cars last night at Brownstown, and usually, I mean, that's probably the lowest I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing too, though. For that race, you always get Pierce and Hoffman and English. Well, World of Outlaws were running,
right.
So I think a lot of that is now. I mean,
just
there was 38 and 41 cars in Georgia where regional late model is. Same way like that. Last week there was 33 cars at Paragon for the sprint car opener. Well, in Kentucky we don't have sprint car racing, so we had 16 cars. Brownstowns don't have a whole lot of super late model racing, as we talked to Gilpin last week.
Right.
So we ended up with 28 cars.
Yep.
So it's one of those things that.
And I mean, like Brownstown's usually okay if it's a bigger race, but not like a Lucas Oil race. They'll get some of the great guys to come race and all that to build the car count. But with Lucas, they know they probably don't have a
fighting chance. Yeah.
So it's not. And that comes down to what makes sense.
Well, if you don't got a chance to
if
make
you can make
the
race and make $400 or however much it costs, it's good. But if you ain't got a chance, there's no sense in.
Yeah. So I'm thinking. I think this year is going to be a wait and see.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a sign of the times. Because like where we was at this weekend, the bleachers were filled.
Oh yeah.
So the demand is there.
Yep.
But where does the where does the cross cross the line? That's something we don't know. I mean, and I don't know if we ever will know. It's all we've been, fighting that question for months.
Yeah.
So,
I know we're going to be there watching. So
we're going to be there.
And like for people that go to the races, you don't have to drive separately. You guys can all pile in one car and split the gas money and go. I mean, we do that all the time.
Every week. Yeah, every weekend. We've got a car full.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
you can make it work.
But the thing is, though, and this is where I hope racetracks don't struggle. I hope people don't start looking and say, all right, well, Brownstown's going to run Supers tonight. Florence has got crates. I'm not going to. I'm not going to either because I'm just going to stay home and watch it.
Right.
Because I've always said I'm the guy that goes. But I can see with the cost where people, if you got 12 to 14 cars, they're going to be like, man, we're just going to stay home and watch the Lucas stuff or the USAC or the World of Outlaw stuff. So
well, it's just like as we're doing this Lucas Oil races at Atomic tonight, and if I didn't start this garage project, I would probably be going.
Yeah. So,
but I got a mess on my hands right now. So as soon as I get done with this, I got to go clean up that stuff.
so I don't know, Kelly. We don't know what the answer is, to be honest with you. But we'll
people
wait.
that really like races and race car drivers that really want to race, they're gonna put other stuff off so they can race. I know I did it for 30 years. So.
So we'll see. Well, we'll see what the answer is. Hopefully, fuel prices come down and weather stays nice and everything's great this summer.
We just still need all you people to go to the racetrack.
Yeah, show up to the track.
Yeah.
So
that's the main thing.
But we're gonna get off here and listen to 4-time track champion at the Brownstown Speedway, the 2006 Battle of the Bluegrass Dirt Car champion, the all-time winningest driver in the history of Brownstown Speedway. This week's old racetrack segment, Stone Cold Tim Tungate. It's time for the Trading Sliders Deep Dives presented by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on this week's Trading Slider Deep Dive. Flash, we get crap all the time because they always say, we always got to do the young kids. Why do you want to do the young kids?
Yeah.
We're not going to call this guest old by any means. We're going to call him seasoned, okay? And he's got one of the coolest nicknames. I didn't even ask him before we got started. Must have been a hell of a wrestling fan. But Stone Cold Tim Tungate out of Campbellsville, Kentucky. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah. So was you a wrestling fan? Let's get started with that.
Yeah, my wife was kind of a big Stone Cold fan and was wrestling. And when I drove for Jody Keltner, was what's my first late model ride. I came to the shop one day and he had a big Stone Cold sticker on the cell panel, and it just kind of stuck.
So everybody gets a nickname the hard way. Somebody called me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tim Tungate, for you young kids that hang out with us every week and don't know who Tim Tungate is, first off, guys, we have YouTube. We have what's that thing? Google.
Yeah.
We got Google, so you can look him up. He's only won a couple track championships at Glasgow, 3 or 4 at Bardstown, 1 at Taylor County. I don't know, maybe the most winningest driver in the history of Bluegrass Speedway. Hold on, we'll start there.
Yeah.
How the hell is the guy from Campbellsville, Kentucky, never even been to Bardstown in his life, become the winningest driver?
That's a story too. The first year that Bluegrass was open, I think we went one time. I was driving for Jody Keltner, and we went one race, and that's when it was flat. It was a big flat. I mean, it was flat, no banking whatsoever. And then, because we raced it at Barron County.
Plenty of banking.
Oh yeah,
well, plenty of banking. Yeah, a lot of speed, plenty of banking. So we go to Bardstown, and we're decent, not great. And then the next year they redone the track, made it a half mile, put some banking, and I think Barron County may have closed down, so we started racing over there, and I just took a liking to it.
Well, because they added the banking.
Yeah.
You're used to the banking. It had nothing to do with the racetrack. It's like, hold on a second, we got banking back. I'm good here. Bluegrass Speedway was one of those places. At the time it was built, everybody complained about it. Then the last few years of it, everybody talked about how great it was. And then when it's gone, everybody's like, well, I didn't really care for it anyway. We lost a great racetrack. Scott Bloomquist once said, if you can put this racetrack anywhere else in the country, it's the best racetrack. He didn't like coming over the mountain there just to get there. But it was a racetrack and a half. I mean, it It was wide. Had rough guys there that didn't mind trying to kill Flash and myself one night.
Yeah.
We had to fight our way out of there a few times. I mean, just a good old Bardstown.
Yeah, it was multiple grooves. It had a high. The high side was usually better, but you could also run the bottom to it if need be. It had some character. They started early because they had a curfew,
right.
So the track always got super slick quick. Yeah.
Well, here's one thing for all you because we especially here in the Bluegrass State, we got some new guys in charge at the racetracks. If the city comes to you and says, "Hey, we need you to be done by midnight," let's not make it 2 a.m. on purpose. Let's try to get done by midnight and we don't get in this situation.
Right, yeah.
Because we lost the racetrack over stubbornness.
Because we like having as many racetracks as we can.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, we lost the racetrack over a pissing match, and that's terrible.
Yeah, the county judge and David Farrell, he did everything they asked him to do. I mean, he was on the money every week, and they was just totally against it.
Yeah, that's one of those places, man, that I've still driven by, driven. That's my city. That's my city. I drove by. See, English. He worked at the school. Hold on a second.
I worked on school buses.
Okay.
I better say, hold on. Everybody in Campbellsville busts my ass because Chase, Walt's son, he sends me pronunciation on everything because I screw it up. But see, I was gonna just tell him you worked at the school, so we didn't. But when I drive by, I'm just like, or drove by, I'm just like, man, that's. Why? Like all the racetracks that could close down I don't want to see any close down. But out of all the options we had, that's the one. That in Barron County are the two that we lost, and I just want to beat my head on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Bluegrass location, I mean, it was perfect. You could come any direction. There's good roads, straight to it. It's a great location, and just sad that it has went to the wayside.
That's one of those places that I was just like, man. So for everybody to ask, how come we don't do an old racetrack segment talking about Bluegrass Speedway? There you guys go. Okay. Maybe there's a method to this madness.
Yeah.
But one thing I do want to say, because you were a regional racer, blue collar racer to the core. Some nights we had to run good because we needed to get enough money to make it back home, and other nights, we just showed up and performed. Right now, I guess I should preface and tell everybody where we're sitting to go on to this question. Right now,
the compressor just kicked on.
Yeah.
I think it's the heat.
Yeah. Hey, at least we got heat.
Yeah.
We've been to places where my pleasantly plump body didn't bring a sweatshirt today. So, but we were sitting here in James Ratliff Racing. I would say they're a little busy. I'm just going to do a quick turnaround. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 cars here, not counting what's in the trailers. So nowadays, he is the guru of Ratliff Motorsports as far as he's going to make sure everything gets headed in the right direction. But for a guy that raced, regionally, locally, and what you see where late model racing has gone, because you're in the heart, you could talk about it. I mean, this is your job now. Do you think we're in a good spot in late model racing? Because you've been on both sides. I mean, we got a super team, and you've been the guy that's rode up with an open trailer and won 2 butterball races. So,
yeah, it's hard to say if it's in a real, in a good place for say good, good. The tire prices have got out of hand, and the shock prices have got out of hand. If the governing bodies could do something with that, I think it would be better. We're paying a fortune for these tires, and they're junk. They're not near the tire they were 10 years ago.
Right.
They're just not. And the shock business is it's just unreal. I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah, well, that's it's almost like he listens to our show every week.
No, but the racing is pretty good. I think that goes back to the drivers these days. These young kids, I mean, they
just go
get
after
it on. They get it on. I'm telling you, it's amazing to me. You still see some great races. You still see some shitty races.
Yeah, that's
mean,
well, that's true.
Probably more shitty races than you see good races, but there is those good races that, every year that keeps,
Well, when late model racing is good, like like let's take Golden Isles for instance.
Yeah.
The week at Golden Isles, you cannot add, if you turn the TV on or was at the races and said I did not enjoy this, find another hobby.
Yeah.
Go bowling, go
play
fishing.
golf. Yeah,
go
play
do
golf.
something.
Yeah,
else.
exactly. I agree 100%. I agree.
But I've also been there where there's been some stinkers and we follow each other in the rubber.
Yeah.
But I'm going to throw a caveat to that. I think the tires don't last as good because the cars are so hooked up because of the shocks.
That's what I was going to say too. Yeah.
Well, you may be, but when you're getting tires ready and you're buffing a tire, they're nothing like they used to be.
Well, there's
yeah.
more synthetic in it.
Yeah, it's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, so
You're running on plastic now.
yeah, pretty much.
Well,
pretty much. I think you could take a 3D printer and make one just as good.
Yeah.
Well, we got plenty of extra room around here. Let's get us a
Yeah.
3D printer.
But I mean, but yeah, it's in a good place. The expense of it has gotten out of hand. Every car owner tell you that. I mean, Mark Richards says it costs $600,000 to run a full year of Lucas or World of Outlaw. At least
yeah.
$600,000. So just think about that. Probably my 35 years of racing, I never spent $600,000 the whole time I was racing. If you added it all up,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Well, and you know, I take offense to people who say, well, these guys don't work on the racetrack. The racetracks are garbage. The cars and technology, the guys doing the racetrack doing the same they've always done. They're turning it over. They're actually doing it more. They're putting more moisture on it now than they ever have. So I think it has a little bit of everything, and it all comes back to the car being hooked up.
Yeah.
When you raced, you did a lot more pedaling than you did wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just...
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. You know, when I raced, you could take a lap or two off.
Yeah.
You know, and you didn't. You take a lap off now, and you're getting lapped.
You're getting lapped.
Yeah, there ain't no taking a lap to cool your tires down anymore.
No,
That don't happen.
No.
And
it's just that's what it's got to it. And I try never to say anything bad about a track promoter because they're leaving
that's
too quick.
harder. That's harder than to even deal with.
And we gotta have them.
Yeah.
I hope, I like to see them all make money. I love to go to the racetrack and see a packed house. Because that means he's going to be there next week.
Right.
You go and there's 300 people there. He's not going to last long.
No. And I tell people this, especially that race in Tennessee a lot, because I work for a series. Well, we work for a series that, we're in the South quite a bit. Racing off the back gate is not sustainable. It's working right now, but it's not sustainable for our sport.
Yeah.
It is not.
I hope these all this TV coverage, I hope they're putting some money in those people. Surely they are.
Yeah, I would think so.
In the promoters, they just about have to be.
Well, here's the thing though. When their first jump is flow's killing the sport. Hold on a second. Without flow, we won't have a Tuesday night $25,000 win race.
Exactly.
So it's not killing the sport.
It's not killing the sport. Now they are making more money than anybody.
Well,
that's like I go back, like I say, I'm glad they are because they are, like you said, $25,000 on Tuesday or Wednesday night.
Yeah, they're taking a gamble. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I mean, we you're a two-time winner of the Butterball. At one time, actually, I'll go out and say at one time the Butterball was bigger than the North-South 100 in the state. Then North-South 100 took the supremacy of it.
Yeah.
But your big races were what, 5,000 to win. 5,000 to win.
Yeah. And you got to race for 10,000 every now and again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never won a $10,000 race. I always, that was my goal, is always to get it, to win one, but I just didn't race that many times. I probably
didn't have many opportunities.
No, didn't have many.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because forever the Jackson 100 paid $10,000.
Right.
I mean,
And you go there and it's like a World 100.
Yeah. It's actually harder because you don't need the big motor at Brownstown, so all you need is talent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the locals are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you decided, hey, we're going to go do the Battle of Bluegrass thing, because I'm on record as saying we need more regional, touring series.
Yeah.
And then people say, man, look on dirt, we got plenty. So, no, we don't, because we've got 5 series that has 10 races, so we still only got 50 races.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? We still only got 50 races.
Yeah.
With with the cost of everything, I don't know how we bring regional late model racing back, but we have to have it. Yeah. I don't know if the answer is just crates. I do, out of all the bullshit that I give the Tennessee tracks we go to, I actually love the steel block late models. Because it's what late model racing was. It's you take a UMP modified engine and put it in a late model and go race.
Yeah.
You know, we got to the wide bore. We had Vic Hill on, and Vic said, "Well, I'm just gonna be honest. It don't cost no more to build a wide bore engine than it does a standard bore." I said, "Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Vic. That's right if you're starting from scratch. But everybody who already got aluminum 400 small block, it costs them another $5,000 right off the top."
Yeah.
So. I don't know what the answer is. So, you being a late model veteran, what's the answer? You're going to fix late model racing right here, right now.
You know, I don't know. Just like here in Campbellsville, there used to be probably 6 late model teams in Campbellsville.
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore. There's not as many late model cars
in the area.
So that's hurt local regional racing. That's probably why the local racetracks, a lot of them have closed. You know, there's just not as many cars. So,
well, I mean, you guys could loan a few out.
We could loan, we can sell a few.
Yeah, they are for sale.
Yeah, we're in the selling business.
Yeah. The Ratliff car line, boats, trucks, trailers, it don't matter. If it's got wheels on it, except for the motorcycle lift we're using for a table, everything else is for sale.
Yeah, it's for sale too. But you have to get the purses up to have more regional races, and that's harder on the promoters because you know I think TV that if TV's giving them some money, okay, but they're not buying any hot dogs when they're at home watching.
Right, yeah.
You know, so that's hurting the track promoter.
But I will throw a caveat to that though. I know I'm different. My wife tells me all the time when I say this, she goes, "You're different." But if the race is happening within 2 or 3 hours of my house, I'm not staying home watching it on TV. No, I'm going to the racetrack.
Yeah, that's me. So we're true racers and true fans.
Yes. Yeah.
But the average guy that might go, he's gonna stay home watching them at home.
See, I've never got that because I've got 15 totes full of ESPN tapes that I've recorded back off. Like everything that was on TV, you know, that's how I did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, hey, I was at this race and I'm watching it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think streaming gets a bad rap a lot of times because I think it's doing more good than it is doing bad. I know it's not my money at the racetrack, and I get that. But on the same token, we've talked to people because we do a racetrack spotlight every week where we'll spotlight a track and say, hey, you know, you guys go check this out. Well, if it wasn't for streaming, you know, they couldn't check that out. And then, you know, we might have somebody showing up at, Lake Cumberland Speedway that's never been there, but the reason why they're going is because, you know, we talked about it. Yeah. So it works both ways. It's not all not all bad.
It's got its pros and cons. Yeah. It really does.
It's kind of like being married.
Yeah.
You know, there's good days and there's bad days. Yeah. I'm all good days on my end. Yeah. I don't know about you guys. My end's always
Mine's
good.
Great.
Yeah,
Mine's great.
Me too.
Yeah.
I could have never done no better.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry if I didn't do something right. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah.
So you hit the road and did the Battle of Bluegrass stuff. How challenging was that? Because when you did the Battle of Bluegrass, not like the Battle of Bluegrass we got now, you did the Battle of Bluegrass. Hell, you had to go race in Western Kentucky.
Well, the first year I done it was by accident. We had went to Junction City and was there for a Friday night race, and it rained them out. Well, it rained out fairly early. Of course, we always got there early. And my car owner, Logan Parrott at the time, he said, you know, they're racing for 5,000 or 3,000, or I believe it was 3,000 at Paducah tonight, that Battle of Bluegrass stuff. I said, you know how far it is from here to?
Yeah.
He said, I don't reckon we got anything else to do. So we jumped in the truck, and we headed down the Parkway, and we ended up running 5th that night. And then it just kindly one thing led to the other. Next thing you know, we're in the, you know,
it was like,
we're in
now we got to run it.
Yeah.
So you got on the road, and which worked for you was a lot of the races were in your region where you was already running anyways.
Yeah.
But when you did have to travel, and hell, you guys went down to Tennessee a little bit. Like when you did have to travel, was it getting accustomed? Because now everybody, hey, I'm going to call Longhorn and they're going to send me a setup sheet. So how was it? Did you just say, we got our baseline and, oh God, we got here, Paducah's huge. All right, we need to throw the Eldora setup on me.
Yeah. We just kind of went with what the car asked for. We didn't have a whole lot of equipment, extra stuff. We had what we needed. So we had good motors and our cars was usually in good shape. And we just kind of worked with what we had and tried to just, we tried to run and finish the best we could and make the most money for the night that we could. To buy stuff to go further,
Right.
So he spent his whole life just winging it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what you gotta do.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he just winged it, and all of a sudden we're here at a super team, and man, we're working on it. Like I'm still winging it. I mean, I don't know what nose I'm gonna put on right now. So right now we'll tell people. So you're still in the racing industry, obviously, and not to change the subject, but. See the Justin Ratliff door up there? That's the Billy Boyer numbers that I was trying to get on my car that time, and Irwin couldn't letter it that way. That's totally off subject because nobody can see that. But so let people know what you do now, because you're still in the racing industry. You're still beating up and down the road. I mean, you're still doing all the work without the driving.
I just kind of oversee everything here at JRR, the traveling team, which is Josh Rice now and his crew. If make sure they got what they need. I order parts. I make sure that they got everything. And then I take care of Jason Jameson's race car and I take care of Justin Ratliff's race car. Not by myself. I mean, I've got there's other people that help me. I just make sure that their stuff's ready to go to the track. I make sure it gets to the track and gets home. I work on it like it's my own. They kind of call me the crew chief, but I'm really not. I'm not smart enough to be a crew chief. I'll just tell you.
He can put the tires on.
Yeah. Jason Jameson is our driver and our crew chief. Yeah. I'll just be straight up with you. He's the smartest guy I've ever been around my life when it comes to stuff.
I will say this. I think I know why Jason. I don't know the finance part of it, but I know why he's not on the road now, because where he's at in his life.
Yeah.
But 10 years ago, there was a major opportunity missed of having a superstar, not just a star, but a superstar, because of what you said. He is a guy that can absolutely, a lot of these kids now, they can't fix what they tear up. Not only can he fix it, he can design it. Yeah. Like he can, you know what I'm saying?
He can go over here and make it.
Yes.
If he don't have it, he'll go make it.
Yeah.
And
he's old school.
He drives me crazy sometimes with some of that stuff. But he is really, really, really smart. But he's like I said, I just I put the bodies on. I make sure he's got that it's ready to go. That's kind of my job, just to make sure that Jason's stuff is ready to go.
Well,
and Justin.
Check this out, Flash. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he works on the right rear a lot.
Yeah.
We got Josh Rice, who likes running the top. Jason James, who likes and Justin. Now we're going to pick on Justin a little bit. Justin used to be a bat out of hell. Now Justin's kind of the bottom feeder. Yeah. He's the old guy of the group.
Yeah. That nose that's on that car was put on it last year before we started. So and I put about 6 on Jason's car. So. I'm pretty good on the right side.
Yeah. Well, so you better be with the group of guys you guys got.
Yeah.
Justin, one thing that really fascinated me is Justin was a kid that when he started in the modified, you could tell the car control right off the bat. You could watch and say you couldn't tell the racecraft, but you could tell the car control. He seemed like he always kind of put him not in the wrong spot. He was just in the wrong spot because he didn't know any better. But as he progressed, when they got the Bloomquist cars, it was like a light switch. I don't know what clicked with Justin's driving style and the Bloomquist car, but he went from a kid that acted like he didn't even want to be there to like, oh damn, you guys better watch out. He's here tonight.
Yeah.
You've seen the progression of all these guys. As you work with them, do you ever just sit back and just be kind of envy, like, I wish I had this opportunity when I was young?
Yeah, I really do, because I don't hate for that, because he was born into that, and he's got the opportunity, and he was a wheelman. I mean, he could drive.
No, he did a hell of a job.
He just had it. I mean, he just and it's like every time he went to the track, he got better. I mean, he just had it. I mean, it didn't matter. He still got it when he wants to race.
Well, yeah, he raced like 5 times last year. He made every event.
I think he raced 7 times, and he ran the top 5 like 5 of those.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
That's pretty good for not being in the car, especially with the cars he's running with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, he is a super good wheelman, and if he, he's got a family now, so he can't do it as much. And if he could come and be here every day like he did then, he could still be that good.
Yeah, that's. I've always said this area. Now they're the old guys. So so I'm the old guy. But this area, it was like Michael England, Justin Ratliff. Michael England, Justin Ratliff.
Yeah.
Which one's going to be the next superstar? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I was still racing at the time, and it pissed me off. I couldn't outrun him. And at the time, he was dating my daughter. They were pretty serious, and they dated for 4 or 5 years. And I was like, damn, where's he going this week? I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah. I'm going to buy you dinner to keep your ass away from Bluegrass Speedway this week.
Can you deter him? Take him somewhere else.
Yeah, take him on a date.
I don't think he ever won maybe one race at Bluegrass. He never was very good at Bluegrass.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Ponderosa and Lake Cumberland, he sure said, come get some.
Yeah, boy, come on, get you some.
Come on over and get you some of that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He Ratliff reminded me, and people may say I'm wrong, but he reminded me a lot of Mike Marlar at Lake Cumberland. Because the cars weren't so hooked up then, but you had to pedal in the slick, and he could do that.
Yeah.
He really could.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I want to talk to you about. It seems like nowadays the kids that are good at Ponderosa are good at Lake Cumberland. Well, back then they raced totally different.
Yeah.
With the tracks in our area, it kind of molds you to race on the road. I mean, you got Florence, you got the big track. You got Lake Cumberland. Well, now Lake Cumberland's got red clay, so it's a little different. But you had you had a pedal in the slick. And then Ponderosa, you're always turning like you're just on a super speedway, and it's a small track. So, Campbellsville, all the success that's come out of Campbellsville. Every time Curt and I come down, we stop and drink some water out of the creek. Yeah. And we're trying to take some of that back with us.
Just in case I decide to race again.
In case I go to kart country, I'm going to put it on somebody.
Yeah.
But with all the history and everything here in this little town, which is not so little no more, you got all kinds of restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your little town here, it's got to mean something to be mentioned with that group.
Yeah.
Because, when they stack up, all right, who is the best in this area? Well, Stone Cold Tim Tungate's name always got to come up.
Yeah.
Well,
you can be humble, but I'm going to say that.
Yeah. Like I looked up to like Fats Coffee, which is 10 miles down the road. That's where he's from.
Yeah.
Finn Watson, Jeff Watson's dad, those older guys. I always looked up to those guys because every Saturday night, my family, we went right up here to the racetrack.
Yeah.
Because Curt, you said you raced there back in the day.
Yep.
And that's where I learned to race. And it just all those old guys. It just I always wanted to be like them. I wanted,
Yeah.
And I got some good opportunities with some really good car owners and people that believed in me.
Yeah. Well, that's speaking of Jeff Watson. Jeff is another guy that I said. I don't know how everybody looked over him. They missed the boat on Jay White. I mean, Jeff Watson is a guy that. It doesn't matter what it is. He can get in. Like, okay, you got a 10-year-old Schwartz car. Oh, yeah, well, guess what? I'm going to beat you. I mean, he is a guy that can flat out get after it.
He's pretty good.
He is really good. I always kind of wondered why you and Jay White's in the same boat. Like, you guys, I mean, you had great car owners and, you made it happen, but – I mean, there's a lot. We're sitting in one of the shops. There's a lot of shops around here, and there's another one right on the other side of town that always had super late models. And it's kind of like, I guess they kind of thought, well, they got a car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of the way. It's kind of the way it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, James did it for Justin.
For Justin, yeah.
For so long, and then Justin kind of took a different path there for a while, to do different things, and just kind of got out of racing every weekend. And James still loved it, and we still had some equipment. So then him and Gullett kind of picked Jason to do some racing.
Well, that's pretty damn good pick
good
there.
picks.
Yeah, pretty good pick. Yeah, he's done pretty good for us.
So what's the plans for Jason this year? We're going to let you talk for everybody. We know Justin's going to run 3.5 races. We've already discussed that. And we know Josh. He's only going to run 100 races. So is James going to be somewhere in the middle, 50 roughly?
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason's going to. We'll do all the Northern All-Star stuff, and we'll do all the Lucas stuff like at Brownstown, Florence, all that.
Atomic, anything close.
We'll do Mud Licks. There are 2 or 3 big races. We'll probably do Lake Cumberland's 2 or 3 big races, and then of course we got a big event coming up April 3rd at Ponderosa. It's the Jeff Gullett Memorial.
And I'm going to be there at night announcing for the modified series.
We'll both be there.
And we'd really like to run 1, 2, 3 that night if we could.
Well,
that'd be cool.
That's a pretty cool. Well, with the equipment that we're looking around, that's pretty attainable. I mean, that's
But that'll be a big night for us. We're all looking forward to that because Jeff meant a lot to us.
And I wasn't gonna ask this because I was gonna try to not go somber.
Yeah.
But when you guys lost Jeff, I don't know how James, Justin, I don't know how you guys didn't just say, this isn't fun no more. We're not gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how, because I wasn't close. I wasn't close with him. But hell, I've still talked to him, seems like 100 times at the racetrack in passing.
Yeah.
If you had a problem with Jeff, the problem was usually you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he helped everybody.
Everybody.
I mean, everybody. It didn't matter if it was a mini stock, a super late model. It didn't matter. He would, he helped. If you needed something, he would give you whatever he had. He helped. It was tough on us for a long time.
Yeah, I would see how, because especially like you're in here every day. He's in here every day. I mean, you're basically doing what he did now.
Just like today, I was like, damn, I wish he was here so I could ask him where something's at or how to do something with some stuff. It's every day for me that I think about. I wish he was here.
Yeah, well, where the hell did he put that at?
Because
and he knew. Because I'm in here looking.
Yeah, he knew everything. I mean, he knew where everything was at. He knew who to call, and when something was for sale, he knew who to call to sell it to. I mean, he was just, he was just that guy.
Yeah, that's that was a. Sometimes I said this when we lost Dave Comer in our area. Heroes aren't supposed to die.
That's
know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's
and that was one of those things.
That's
I was
exactly
like,
right.
It's like when you see, because dirt late model racing, as much of a family and community it is, it might be the biggest cutthroat business in the United States.
Yeah.
But when you see everybody come together and have positive words, I can only think of about 5 people in the whole industry that has happened and will happen.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that it's just kind of like, man, then what's it supposed to go out like that? You know. So, and I'm glad you guys kept going because out of more than anybody in the world, Golick would be pissed if you guys decide you guys weren't going to do this.
Yeah, I mean, like the next weekend, he died on Tuesday morning. And we went to Lawrenceburg the next Saturday night. I didn't want to go, but everybody wanted to go just for Gullett. And Jason won. And it was huge.
And that was a badass race too.
It was huge for us. But I mean, like I said, I didn't want to go because I didn't know if it was the right thing to do. But then after you sit back and think about it, he would want us there.
Yeah. And I got really good news for you. If you're going to Lawrenceburg, and Jason's driving the car, you need to go because you're going to get a chance to get the picture taken in Victory Lane because he owns Lawrenceburg.
Yeah.
He gets around Lawrenceburg Speedway.
He's pretty good,
Yeah,
he does. He's pretty good there. Josh is pretty good there also. And it's just, we miss him. We really do. We really do.
And that's that's understandable. I wasn't even going to bring it up because I was trying to say, but we just got we would be doing disjustice if we didn't. Because we're sitting in the house that he built.
That's right. Exactly right.
Yeah, we got to bring it up. So with Josh, one of the hottest names for the last 5 years in late model racing, and you guys. I'm letting you speak for James, and James may tell you, hey, Jay, just don't be talking to me. Don't be speaking for me on this, all right? But when you guys we'll say acquire. Josh Rice is going to go on a national tour. First off, the logistics of it, because people don't know, like, well, hell, Kentucky, that's great. Well, he lives 2.5 hours from here. Yeah. So it's not like it's the same way with Jameson. It's not like Jameson lives around the block.
Yeah.
Him and Josh live closer together than you.
Than he does here.
Yeah. So, so how does this all work? I mean, because I know sometimes Josh got the cars at his house, sometimes they're here. Like, how does the logistics of it? Because I could just see it becoming a nightmare, but you guys just seem to make it happen.
Well, normally Jason's car is here. Jason and Justin's car's here all the time. Josh's car is here all the time also. His crew, we have a house here in town that his crew, that they all live in.
Okay.
Josh usually stays here 3 days a week, probably 3 days a week he'll stay, and then he'll go home. Of course, like I said, Dan Clark is one of our crew guys. He lives up next to Josh also. He's from up in that area. So they, like I said, they have a house here. They do whatever they need.
Whatever they need to do.
Yeah, they come to work in the morning, work all day, and then go home, go eat, watch TV, just like
Well, they're going to go to what's that Fiesta Mexicana?
Yeah.
That's where
that's where we just came from.
Yeah, they're going to go there, and then they're going to wash their laundry, and then they're going to do it all over again because you don't have time when you race late models 100 times a year.
Now the Lucas deal, once like this. I think they were going 45 days for Speed Week.
Yeah.
I think that's right. And then they have that Western swing. It'd be like 3 weeks there. So they're gone quite a bit.
They live on the road. That's,
They got a trip to Delaware coming up, so that's a pretty good little trip too.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful trip up the coast.
I've never been.
You've never been?
I've never been. No,
So,
I've never been.
My wife and I, when I quit racing, we decided, you know what, we're just going to go watch everything that I couldn't watch when I was in staging. So we went and went on a Pennsylvania and went to Appalachian Mountain Late Model Speed Week, and we left there and went 1 week of the Pennsylvania Sprint Car Speed Week. So we took a 2-week trip, and I know I always say this name wrong. Everybody tells me I pronounce it wrong. But we stopped in a little town, Roebuth, Delaware. It's a little beach town. I've never in a million years see on TV like how you got big mountain rocks with the ocean. Well, that's what this whole town was. One of the most beautiful places that we've ever been to in my life that I stumbled onto because Williams Grove got rained out.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
you just out riding
around. That's where we stayed tonight. So it's beautiful up the East Coast.
I have been to Delaware. I bought a toter home in Delaware once we flew to Hagerstown. I think.
See, he is from Kentucky. That's in Maryland.
Yeah, but we drove down.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
We went to Delmar, Delaware.
Okay, yeah.
And it's beautiful.
It's beautiful up there.
Sure is.
Yeah. And when I was up there, I stopped by and seen Dover. I'm not much of a NASCAR guy, but I was like, "Hell, I'm up here. I need to come see the track."
The track.
Yeah. The only track on the series of races is like a dirt track. I'm at least we'll go look at it.
Well, we stopped and looked at the other one, number 2, the travel.
Oh yeah.
Pocono.
Yeah.
We stopped that's pretty up that way too.
Yeah, we were
in a snowstorm though.
Yeah, we were in a snowstorm coming back. We were trying to outrun the snowstorm, and we about stayed in Pocono.
Yeah.
So, how much longer are we going to do this racing thing? Because you've already retired from one job. Is this something that you're just going to do because you're a racer?
Yeah, that and I can't sit at home. When I retired, I think I retired on June 30th, and I went to work for Ratliff on July the 1st.
Well,
I didn't even take off the 4th of July. I was like, I got to do something.
Well,
and I love it. I mean, I kind of, James lets me do what I want to do, how I want to do. He knows I'm going to get the work done. I'm going to make sure that they're getting their work done, and he knows I'm going to make sure everything's took care of. So he just kind of lets me just be my own boss,
That's pretty good retirement gig.
Yeah.
Like
I've got an eye doctor's appointment tomorrow at 11 o'clock, so I don't have to clock out to go. I just
just go.
And he knows that that I'm going to give him my 8 hours a day. I'm going to give him what I'm supposed to, and
after the eye doctor, we're going to go to Fiesta Mexicano, and then we're going to come in, we're going to work till 7, and everything's good.
Yeah. Those 7 o'clock days are fixing to start. Them 8 o'clock days, in the wintertime, not too bad because you can get out of here.
Yeah, well, you got. I mean, it's not like you got anything to work on.
Yeah,
I mean, I
I've
don't
got a
see
little
much of anything.
Of course, Jason's car, I've got it in Josh's trailer. They're going to a car show / autograph session in Flemingsburg Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
For Cheap Chevrolet, one of our sponsors. So they're doing that. They're going, and I'm going to take Justin's car on to Florence Saturday morning, and then we'll meet up in Florence.
So all 3 cars are racing Florence this weekend.
Yeah.
So you went from having nothing to do to be busy as hell.
Monday will be wide open.
Yeah.
Cleaning.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. Hold on a second. Hopefully some of those kids staying in the house down the streets doing all the washing.
No, they take care. They just work for Josh. I do all my. All of my own, and I got 2 other guys that help me a little bit. That when I need them, they'll help me. Like one boy will clean the truck and trailer for me. He'll get all that cleaned out.
Well, make sure he stays around then.
Yeah, I usually wash the car. Of course, we got a forklift. We raise it up in there. And you ain't got to lay down and all that. So it's a pretty good deal. Yeah,
it's a pretty good retirement gig.
Yeah,
here.
It really is. I'm retired. I'm getting to do what I want to do now.
Yeah, I mean, they say, find something that you love doing. You never work a day in your life. Yeah. It's a shame you couldn't find this 25 years ago.
Isn't that it? But I got a good retirement out of the school and all that, so it's like I'm still working. So.
So we get that. All right, so for people that don't understand how the National Late Model Tour works, so I mean, I know we got an engine room here, but how many engines do we have in rotation? How many tires a year? You're ordering the parts, just roughly what we're going through. Because I think people really, they say, okay, well, they race 60 night. They really don't understand what goes into it.
So we bought $30,000 worth of tires to go to Florida.
Yeah.
Just to go to Florida. Yeah.
Now, they brought back about probably 20 of those tires.
So they brought back 3,000. So
I mean, that's just Florida.
Yeah.
And then when they go on that 3-week swing out west, it'll be another probably 15 or 18,000.
So you think you think the tire bill's $200,000 a year
for these 3 cars? Be close.
Close. Okay.
Be close. Yeah. It'd probably be 150.
Yeah. 150.
At least 150. Because Justin don't race much.
Yeah. Well, Justin raced 3.5 races.
Yeah.
He can run all their takeoffs.
Engines, we got. I think James owns, I believe it's 7 or 8 Clemens engines. When we bought some stuff from Carson Brown, we ended up with 3 Vic Hills. I think I've got one of those sold. I've got the other one for sale. Got a guy looking at it. We do have a Bullock engine that Jason races some. When you get out, if you have to watch what you're doing, like with Josh, because when they get out to racing, the next thing you know, they're
lapped out. Yeah.
And then it takes, there's so many people using Clemens, then you don't.
Yeah. Don't get it back quick enough.
You don't get it back. Yeah. It's hard to get it back.
Hard for them
and then we say, sorry, Justin, you're only going to race one race.
We're taking your motor because Josh is going to, But that is the good thing about having 2 different kinds of engines.
Yes.
Because most time you can make it work.
You can make it work. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They're thinking, well, you got 2 cars. No. The 2 cars is the easy part. That's the easy part.
They went to Florida. They took 2 cars, complete cars with motors, and then they took 2 motors with them.
And then after 45 nights, you're about ready for a fresh.
They lapped that one motor. That one motor.
Yeah, in Speed Week. So
because and when you run a lot of consies like they did, you're putting in extra laps.
Yeah. Look, Josh, we got to get you. We got to get you going in the right direction.
You got to get name big dog.
You're putting an extra 20 laps a night on the engine. I mean, come on.
But it takes a lot. A lot of thought process and a lot of keeping it. You got to keep sheet metal ordered in, like we was talking about.
Well, especially for the 2 guys you guys got.
The stack, the stacked and the performance body stuff. You have to keep all. You just make sure all of it. You can see my noses and all my balances and stuff that I keep piled up over here.
The right side of the corner where the sheet metal brake is, that is Jason Jamieson's Forte.
Yeah.
That's where he spends his time, because if he's going to come down here, Tungate's like, look, bro, you tore the decking up, you fix the decking.
Yeah, that usually don't work.
Yeah.
Like that. Usually, because I'm OCD. If it's tore up, I'm
gotta
gonna be
fix it.
fixing it.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm coming Thursday. I'm like, well,
Thursday it's gonna be
it's
done.
gonna be fixed by Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless something happens to me, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoy it. You know.
I mean, how many wheels we got around here?
Several.
Yeah, several thousand.
We polished all of our weld wheels this winter. I think there was like 60 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then
Somebody's
we
got to
had-
mount those 60 tires.
We had American racers and Josh didn't like them, and so we sold those, and they bought themselves all new Kaiser
wheels.
Yeah.
So-
Well, from what I've experienced, a Kaiser wheel sure does bolt together easy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and it's got reusable. You can
buy half. You can buy half.
Yeah, that's
And I
for
think-
guys that like running the fence, that's probably not a bad idea.
I think he bought 40. I think he bought 40 wheels for that team.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got 40 wheels.
So when we say that team, is everything like down the middle, or is it?
No. If
somebody
something-
needs it, they just go get it. Yeah. Okay.
I just say that because they travel.
That's the travel team.
Yeah, that's the travel team.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I'm just saying, like,
if he needs something, if he needs to come over and get something, he can come and get it.
Yeah.
And same with me. If I need something, I'll just go in their trailer and get it.
Yeah, so,
Now,
hey.
I tell them, hey, I got this. We need to replace it.
Well, here's the thing. You're the one ordering the damn parts.
Yeah, and I got the key.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So you can pencil whip whatever you need right now. So,
yeah. But James is really good to us. You know, he gives us everything we need. Never fusses about it. You know, just he really loves it.
yeah. One thing I have noticed, I haven't talked to him a whole lot, but I have talked to him at the racetrack a couple times. He is a competitor, but you can't. He may be different here. He may walk in, kick the door over, knock stuff over, but at the racetrack, he's calm, cool, and collected. You can see how he's a successful businessman. Because nothing really rattles him at the racetrack.
No.
Now, when they say behind closed doors, he might flip the forklift over. I don't know. But
I mean, he's competitive. He wants to win. He hates running bad because he knows what he's got. I mean, he knows what he's put into it.
Yeah.
So he knows that his stuff sitting here is as good as anybody else's in the country, and he's got as good a stuff as anybody.
Yeah.
And so he really wants to run good. You know?
Well, and once you put so much time, energy, and effort in it, you want some kind of reward for the energy and effort you're putting out.
Yeah.
Right.
And I get that. But he's also been doing it long enough that he knows that, like in Josh's case, he's going to a lot of these places for the first time. That's tough.
Yeah.
So he understands that.
Yeah.
As far as driving for a car owner, he's been around long enough. It's not like he just came into the business and says, "Hey, we're winning tonight." It doesn't work that way.
No.
Yeah. Now, if you want to stay home and run the Northern All-Star stuff every week, well, you probably could.
Yeah,
but
probably win most nights.
yeah, you could. You could money whip that, but you can't money whip a national tour.
No,
Yeah, that's just
no. It's been proved too many times.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys that thought they wanted to do this that ended up that either financially they couldn't do it, or financially they was like, what the hell are we thinking?
What we
Yeah,
it's a lot tougher than I thought.
Yeah.
And it is tough.
So I just keep looking around thinking, oh my God, he's got so much work.
It's not bad.
I'm just looking at the T-bar stock over there.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jameson, man. What are you doing?
Scrap's not worth anything, so we've kind of just
Keep it there for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, I figured you was gonna let Jason come over here and take two and make ones. All right, man.
That's what he'd do.
Yeah.
He wouldn't throw none of that away. You've got to go to his place sometime and just look around.
Yeah, well, I've been wanting to go to this place and interview him.
Well,
Yeah, we need to get Jason on.
We need to get him on.
Yeah, he especially because he's old school.
Yeah.
We're
is
kind
very
of
old school.
We're kind of older, so we like the old school.
Yeah.
Unless it comes to the sprint cars, and then we went to young kids because they just drive the piss out of it.
Well, they
How much of a fan are you outside of this is your job? But do you ever just go home and, hey, I'm gonna watch USAC Midget Week this week because it's on, or is it just?
I like the high limit or the World of Outlaw sprint cars. I don't really like the midgets. I do watch the Chili Bowl. I do watch that, but I like the bigger sprint cars.
Okay,
You know, just the speed, and I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know, because I know a lot of people, when you're consumed in your bubble.
Yeah.
It's like, especially like where you guys got to pay attention to what everybody's doing, because a lot of the TV broadcasts are so good. You can sit at home and pick up on some stuff race teams are doing.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, Josh, you might want to think about this.
Yeah.
So and so is doing it. So
But like we said, I'm not the guy to sit home and watch it on TV. I'm going to go.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
I'd a whole lot rather be there.
Yeah, that's the way I am.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
My wife says, well, you can watch it on TV. You've been gone for 30 years. You can watch it on TV now.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's just not the same
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
the same.
TV's when you
Yeah.
get rained out.
You can't-
Yeah.
And you can't see the whole track when you're
No.
on TV. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no.
But sometimes there's racing for 10th and 11th that's way better than what's going in front.
than this guy that's
Yeah.
done checked out.
Yeah, we're tired of looking at the orange spoiler on Ricky Jr.'s car.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
show everybody else.
Let's show her, let's watch somebody else race a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we all love RTJ, but damn, come on.
Man, come on, yeah. And looks like it's going to be Hudson this year.
Yeah, well,
right
that's
now, anyway.
Yeah, Hudson's got it figured out. The misconception is the super teams, the Ratlifts, the SSI. You guys get better stuff than but when you call Longhorn, everybody's getting the same stuff. I mean,
We don't get anything better. The only thing that a national touring team gets that I see is like your motor freshening.
they'll jump on a little
They
quicker.
might move you up a little bit, and if you got to have a car, they'll move you up a little bit.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah, just get in line, buddy.
get in line.
Get
That's
in line.
exactly right.
Yeah,
That's exactly
this guy's
right.
spending the same $60,000 as you are, so it doesn't matter.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
But as far as maybe if you needed, like last year when Jason flipped at
Lawrenceburg.
we didn't have another car for him. And
Jason, you can have a hell of a year this year, buddy.
Yeah.
At the time, we didn't have anything. So Dalton calls Longhorn, and they's like, "Yeah, we got one going to Powder Coat today that you can have. We can have it ready. There's a holiday in there, but you can still have it like 3
days. Yeah.
4 days. 4
Yeah.
days. We had a brand new car rolling sitting here.
Yeah.
Well, Jason, we got one they forgot they even ordered behind us. So I'm just letting you know, you do whatever you need to do this year.
No.
Hey, I'm trying to get us some wins, man.
Yeah, well, we want to win, but we don't want to be upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jason. But like Stone Cold, because Stone Cold was an aggressive race car driver. Now he's telling you to back it up a little bit. Hold on a second. This ain't making no sense.
I've never ever tried to tell him
How to do anything? Yeah.
other than to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like we was talking about, somebody missed a chance years ago.
Yeah.
It just a little bit calmer, and he's a great race car
Yeah.
driver. I mean, because he can wheel that thing, man. He can see things that's happening that you just don't. You have to anticipate, and he can do that.
Well, he's one of the few guys that can still. No, this is going to sound bad, but there a lot of guys racing nowadays, in my eyes, they can't go make something happen.
Yeah.
They take what the car gives them.
Exactly.
He can make something happen
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
That's racing with Don O'Neill and guys at Brownstown, because they teach you, if you're not ready to go, you're not gonna go.
Yeah.
But the downfall of that is
You tear shit up.
He makes stuff happen that don't need to happen sometimes. I mean, really.
Yeah.
But I never kick him for that, because I know when he puts that helmet on, that baby's giving you 120%.
Yeah, he's gonna give you.
He's not going to finish second.
Yeah, if it pays $10 to win or $10,000, he's giving you the same.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
and Jameson is a guy that even when because he's got a break now. He's got everything he needs.
Yeah.
But he was a low budget,
Yeah.
shoestring racer. He didn't care if it paid $3,000 to win, $5,000 for second. He's not riding for second.
No,
he's not cut that way.
He's going for first.
He's not.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Not only is he not riding, he's going to throw a slider and make you earn it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's one of those. He's one of those guys that it was
he's-
definitely a missed opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
and he kind of got. There's a lot of circumstances there that.
Yeah, there was
back
some
in the
family
day,
involved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just didn't. It just didn't. He just took the raw end of
Yeah.
some stuff, I think.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
just
Yeah.
from the outside looking in, when the cookie crumbled, he was on the wrong side of the bike.
He was on the wrong side of it. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
So, how long was it? 25 years that you did this? 30?
Well, I started when I drove my first car when I was 21, and I quit when I was about 56, probably.
Well, that's 35 years in my math.
Yeah. So about 35 years.
35 years.
Yeah.
I didn't even mention this because you've seen our paper. I don't take any notes. You got inducted to the Kentucky South Central Racing Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Did I name it right? Because I always screw the name up.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how cool is that?
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean,
it was really cool. It meant a lot to me. You know, that my peers maybe, had something to do with it. But winning the Gullet crew chief thing here a couple weeks ago, I didn't know anything about that. That meant a lot to me.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what it means is two things. I had Terry McCarl told me this when I interviewed him. I said, "Man, you're in the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. You know what that means?" He said, "Yeah, I'm old." I said, "Ain't good." So when your peers vote on it, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
It's not like a couple podcasters, writers said, "Hey, he deserves to be in." No, he kicked our teeth in. He needs to be in. That makes a big difference.
Makes you feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for 35 years, I know you can't name all the sponsors, you can't name all the car owners, because I'm not even going to ask you to do that. But who do you want to? And he's going to say his wife. And I want to help him real quick because the older gentlemen and the younger kids, the ones that's in their 30s right now, we're good, but they just kind of seem to forget.
Yeah.
We're gonna say wife and daughter because his daughter
and son.
And well, I'm just saying your daughter is the flagship. She still wears her dad's shirts. She does not care. No. You see her at the racetrack, she's like, "Oh no, the purple 18 is still shining."
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'd have to thank my wife, because I was gone a lot. I mean, it's every day, every night, every weekend for 8 months of the year. Like Jody Keltner was my first true car owner. Give me a shot at late model racing. Was with him probably 10 or 15 years. And then I drove for Duke Mounts out of Indiana for a year. I drove for Dale Clark over at Columbia for a year. Some success with all those guys. Then Logan Parrott kind of came along and wanted to get into it. Didn't realize what it cost.
What he's going to get into.
Yeah. And then I kind of finished up my career with him, as far as full-time racing, regional racing. He was really good to me. We didn't have a lot of stuff, but we had what we needed. And then, of course, James Ratliff, I drove for him some. Me and him was childhood friends, or like teenage friends. We become friends when we was teenagers, and I went to school together. And then he gave me. I drove for his car some. Over the years, and there's been a lot of good people, a lot of people.
So, Flash, we're on a roll here lately.
Yeah.
We've clicked off a bunch of Hall of Famers, like. For a couple of guys that just bullshit about racing, we've got to hang out with some Hall of Famers. That's cool as hell.
Cool, yeah.
Scars and all. They're like, oh, come on in, man.
Yeah.
That just means we're old.
That's what Terry McCarl told me. It just means I'm old, man. I said, well, if you quit drinking those White Russians right now, you'll probably feel a little better in the morning. But from the most famous racing city in the state of Kentucky, Campbellsville, Kentucky, Stone Cold Tim Tungate. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Flash, that was Stone Cold Tim Tungate. First off, glad he's doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's feeling better from his health scare. But yeah, just.
I seen him last night in the pits after the races last night at Brownstown for a few minutes. I didn't get to really talk to him because he was talking to the guys. But I'll tell you one thing that was cool last night, though, is Jameson had a horrible night all night long.
Yeah.
I mean, anything go wrong went wrong. But I think he came from last to 14th in I think he took a provisional somehow and came back up to 14th in the feature. But the first thing, I was there right when Josh Rice got out of the car for finishing fourth. First thing he did was ask how Jameson did. So that was kind of cool that team's
it's gelling
like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you know.
Well, when we talked to Tim, that's what he said. So it's
Yeah.
a team, man. I mean, we're all in this together.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I like what Tim said. I mean, if we don't like each other and we all get in a piston match, we don't have a job.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
James decides he don't want to do this. None of us will have a job. So
they got a pretty good gig there.
yeah, it's pretty good deal. So and the good thing about Tim, he said, I'm just old. I was like, man, don't be saying all that. You're not just old. But, you know, a lot of people that follows dirt late model racing now don't realize the pioneers of the sport.
Yeah.
You know, especially in the central Kentucky area. Yeah. Because all those battle bluegrass stuff, none of that stuff was on film anywhere.
No,
I mean, you can catch a race here or there on YouTube.
Yep.
But, you know, there's 10 years of forming, you know, late model racing. Like Dustin Jarrett was the announcer. I mean, James Essex did some announcing for it, helped promote it. That, you know, if it wasn't for the Battle of Bluegrass series, we wouldn't have the Lucas Oil series.
Yeah.
It went to the NARA. You know, Spencer, you know, took that, and I know he had his own issues, but you know, it shaped late model racing, and it's good. You know, Tungate still going at it, still having a good time, and you know, just absolute good guy of the sport, man. If you got a problem with Stone Cold Tim Tungate, the problem's you. Yeah, it's not him because he's cool. He's a cool cat, man. He's cool as all get out. But we're glad you're doing better, buddy. You know, gave us a little scare there. You know, if you needed a few days off, all you had to do is tell James. He would have gave you a few days off. Yeah. Don't be going and getting sick on him like that. This week upcoming events, our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. Flash, in honor of Tim Tungate and the James Ratliff Racing and Justin Ratliff and Josh Rice and Jason Jameson, this week's racetrack spotlight is the Ponderosa Speedway for the Gulick Memorial. $10,000 to win Northern All-Star late models. And also on the docket, the Cumberland Plateau Open Wheel Modified Series and the Northern All-Star Modifieds doing co-sanctioned $2,000 to win for the Jeff Gulick Memorial. I know the weather's looking a little iffy, but hopefully we can you know, hopefully we can get this together and you know, get the race in. The Cumberland Plateau Open Modified Series is looking to get started. And you know, I just looked at my schedule, and coming up this weekend for the next month, we'd only have one off night. So I don't know, one off weekend. So we'll see. But so the Jeff Gulick Memorial, the Ponderosa Speedway, 3/8 of a mile, egg shape oval. We'll go with that. We call it egg shape. Red clay. It's fast.
It's real fast.
It's one of those places that surprise you how fast it is. And if you can get up to the wall, if the track pushes up to the wall, you're gonna have a race. But this week, I'm expecting like Tungate said, you know, they're going to run 1, 2, 3. That's what they want to do. They don't care what order they run in.
Right.
You know, for Tim. But I'm sure you'll have the Marlers come down to the playground. So Lucas Oil is off. And
Marlers are hard to beat there.
Yeah, Marlers are hard to beat there. So
so it'll be good.
I seen Mikey come from 24th and win a World Outlaw race. Past a couple guys named Pierce and Shepard that night. But yeah, it was Ponderosa Speedway.
Yeah, that's a good race. Fun fact: that's the first dirt track I ever raced on.
Was it?
Yep.
The pond. Yep.
The very first one.
Another fun fact: one of my wife's least favorite racetracks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Ponderosa Speedway.
Yeah. Well, it's just. Used to be, like they got new owners now, used to be you didn't get out of there till I could leave here after I got off work.
Stop and eat.
If I worked till 5, stop and eat, get gas, and get to track and
not miss a heat race.
Not miss hot laps.
Yeah, I say you might miss part of hot laps, but probably not. But no, Ponderosa, I like Ponderosa. It's one of those places. I love the bleachers there. I love the concrete stadium seating around the racetrack.
Yeah, you can take your chair. Well, I mean, I think they still allow you to take your regular chairs to sit on, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's nice. You can see there's not a bad seat in the house there.
No,
you can see anywhere there.
And the good thing about one of the neat things about Ponderosa is too when you're sitting there coming off turn 4. Looks like they're driving right at you because they are. Yeah, they're driving right at you, right at the wall. So. Ponderosa Speedway.
It's like it's got a huge long front straightaway and then a little kind of a short chute on the back stretch. Yeah, it's neat though. It's fun. It's fun to race on. I know that.
And then this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Walter Tapp talked about it, but the Southern National or Spring Nationals. Like, see, Ray, I gotta talk to Ray.
Yeah.
He can't. Every one of his series can't be named the same with the spring, southern, summer, all in the beginning of it.
Right.
We gotta have different names. But the spring nationals start off Thursday night. I-75 Raceway. We've been there in Nikita, Tennessee.
Yeah.
One of those racetracks that's real little now, but still big 3/8.
Yeah.
And then Friday night they go to the ultra small width raceway,
Yeah.
which is a 5/8 mile speed plant.
Yeah.
And then Ray just says, you know what, you guys did 2 big fast racetracks. We're going to end this weekend's triple header Saturday night, Easter weekend. $21,000 to win at the Tazewell Speedway.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're going to be on the gas all weekend if you're going to run with Ray Cook in the Southern Nationals. USAC starts their starts their season. They were at Speed Weeks, but their Midwest openers are this Friday and Saturday. Friday night, the Red Hill Raceway, sneaky good there at Sumner, Illinois. And then Saturday night, Paragon Speedway for the Amati Classic. You can catch both of those on Flow. The American All-Stars presented... the Save-A-Lot, I got to practice this.
Yeah.
One. Hold on, I got to practice this. The Save-A-Lot American All-Stars presented by PPM is at the 191 Speedway in Campton, Kentucky, Saturday night. Joseph and the Crate Racing All-Stars. I know Joseph's going to get mad, but that's what his Facebook says. So
Yeah.
until he changes it, I'm saying that too.
Yeah.
But they start off as a 191 Speedway, the Battlegrounds there. Brownstown Speedway has their regular points opener. Super late models, super stocks, pure stocks, Hornets, Crown Vics, all that fun stuff. And Florence has their first regular points opener too with modified sport mods. So there's plenty to do this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I guess Easter weekend is officially the kickoff in the Midwest.
Yeah.
So
It is this time.
it is this year at least.
Yep.
But you got anything else, Flash?
No, I don't think so. Just it's getting that time of year where everybody needs to get to the racetrack.
Yep. Get out, support a racetrack. Don't have to be local, but get out and support a racetrack.
Yep.
I promise you, a lot of times the trips are just as much fun, if not more, than the race itself.
Yep. And remember, if you like this show, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah.
And then like. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
share.
Subscribe, like, share.
Yeah.
All that good fun stuff.
Yeah.
We even put it in the opener this week.
Yeah,
So
we-
we're gonna get you in the opener and in the end.
Yeah.
So if we don't get no more new likes and subscribes, I guess it's not us.
Yeah.
It's you, not us.
Yeah.
Until next time, we'll be training sliders.